I'll buy you a beer. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, this guy is lying to you just because he's so ignorant and dogmatic. That's what it is. At the end of the day, he's lying to you because he has such a strong bias to want to live in Harry Potter fucking flat earth for him. But he's just going to continue to spit this shit. So,
oh, the poor fucking bastard. Poor fucking bastard. Timmy the Turtle, you know him as Tim. Timmy the Turtle, he plays for the Grim. Timmy the Turtle, you know him as Tim. Timmy the Turtle. Too slow is how that turtle go. Timmy's currently on Dell's Beyond the Imaginary Curve, and he has sniped him now for the second or third time of the day. If you go check out my description box, go click on Beyond the Imaginary Curve, the link that I provided for you all. There are there's 4 live links currently up. I am the 4th one, including myself. I put 3 in the description box. One is You've Been Exposed, talking about creating a super group of flat earthers. And he's going to do it once a week or once a month. And that's a genius idea. And I was there when he thought of the idea. And then you have the second link, which is Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Dell was on there, but then Timmy sniped him. I thought, you know what? I'm going to make the title. I'm going to call it Timmy Osmen is Jealous of Flat Earthers. Because he is. It's quite obvious. And that's why he has to snipe them, because he has no audience for himself. And he has to, well, he has no audience, he has no substance, and he has no value. The only value he brings is, well, if you like, I guess if you enjoy weed smoking globalists sniping flat earthers, then yeah, sure, that's fun. But yeah, so yeah, it's quite obvious he's jealous. And then the third live link is Joseph Green. So go ahead and you go check those out, and you make sure you make fun of old Timmy there whenever you get a chance, and you support all the other live links. Joseph Green, You've Been Exposed, and Dell and Beyond the Imaginary Curve, and of course, old Flat Earth Subgenius here. Now, I just got back from the library, and I bought about 17 new books. Would you like to see my 17 new books? I'm drinking some coffee here. Let me show my face. Hey, hey, face. So let's see here. What up, Adam Young? What up, George? What up, Madame Medusa? What up, The Afterlife Now? It's quite obvious. You know how it goes, peeps. You know how it is. Let's see here. I didn't get much sleep, but I'm feeling quite good. But bought 16 new books. Here, let me go get my 16 new books. There they are. Check it out. You know what? I'm going to let this get to about, it's only at 8 or 9 viewers, so I'm going to let this get to about 12 to 15 viewers first. Okay, it's at 10. And I'm going to go take a bong rip, and then we're at 10 viewers now, so it's got to get to it's got to get to like 12. It's got to get to 12 or 15 viewers before I start going over my new book list. I have a whole bunch of new books here I'd like to show all you guys. So I'm going to go take a bong rip. Could you please press the like button and press the share button And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the Flat Earth Subgenius. Okay? I really appreciate it. I really do. I really do. You may think I'm being sarcastic, but I really do appreciate it. You know what else I'd appreciate? I'd appreciate if you press the share button. You go to share it on Twitter, and then you share it on a Facebook group. That'd be cool, because then I can have like 15 or 20 or even like a whole 30 viewers. I mean, for Christ's sake, I got the old school David Icke book for $1, folks. And the truth shall set you free. The most explosive book. What am I, fucking high? I'm not even high yet. The most explosive book of the 20th century. David Icke. And wouldn't you know it, it's like a little ball. You are holding the most explosive book of the 20th century. As a leading book editor in the United States, said after reading David Icke's manuscript, it is difficult to put into words the excitement I feel about this. It is a book that I have been waiting to see for a long, long time. I knew it would come, and now it is here. I am practically overwhelmed by the sense of urgency I feel in getting this book to press and into distribution. David Icke exposes the real story behind global events which shape the future of human existence in the world we leave our children. Fearlessly, he lifts the veil on an astonishing web of interconnected manipulation to reveal that the same few people, secret societies, and organizations control our daily direction of our lives. They engineer the wars, violent revolutions, terrorist outrages, and political assassinations. They control the world market in hard drugs and the media indoctrination machine. Every global negative aspect of the 20th century and earlier can be traced back to the same global elite. And some of the names involved are very well known. Never before has this web, its personnel and methods, been revealed in such a detailed and devastating fashion. If you don't want your view of life to be transformed, then steer clear of this book. Icke reveals the esoteric background to the global conspiracy and offers an inspiring spiritual solution in which every man, woman, and child on plain Earth breaks free from the daily programming, the coup d'etat on the human mind, and takes back their infinite power to think for themselves and decide their own destiny. His words are designed to inspire all of us to be who we really are, to fling open the door of the mental prison we build for ourselves, and to walk into the light of freedom. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, this book is, what is this? Let's see here. Copyright 1995. And so this is like 6 years after David Icke got his start and was building a really big audience. And I think this is a first edition. And I got it for $1. $1, a David Icke book? I'll take that. I don't give a shit if you don't like David Icke or Alex Jones. I don't like Alex Jones. I don't like David Icke. So I'm never going to watch Alex Jones' stuff, and I'm never going to watch David Icke's stuff, and I'm never going to read David Icke's books. I don't read books from people I don't like. You think I don't read Einstein's articles, publications, and books because I don't like Einstein? Oh, Einstein's a heliocentric warlock. He's a tranny, a fraud. That means that I'm just going to ignore all of Einstein's work. I don't want to know nothing about general relativity or special relativity. I don't want to know any of his space-time curvature bullshit. How y'all doing? You having a good time? Still, not even 10 viewers here. This is pretty fucking pathetic, folks. I love you. I love you people watching, but come on. Joseph Green has more viewers than Flat Earth Subgenus. That cannot happen. Joseph Green, you are live right now, and I have you linked in my description box. You shouldn't have more viewers than the Flat Earth Subgenus. I'm just fucking around. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, I know Tim sniped Dells for the second or third time. What up, Madam Medusa? What up, Dan Double D's? Yo, what up, Morgan Ellis? Dan, you are exclusive. I'll go summon the others. Be right back. Oh, thanks, Morgan Ellis. Goddamn right I'm exclusive. You cheating on me? I'm just kidding. I have it in my description box. Go check out my description box. You've Been Exposed is live now. Beyond the Imaginary Curve, he's probably not live now. I'm pretty sure Timmy Osmen sniped him, which is why my Hangout is called Tim Osmen is Jealous of Flat Earthers. Joseph Green is live now. Joseph Green has more viewers than me. That is a sin. I'm just kidding, Joseph Green, but you know it's true. I'm totally triggering the triggerers. Yo, dude, how do I have 15 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down, and I have 6 people watching? Dude, that shit makes no fucking sense. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, I'm gonna go take a very quick bong rip. I'm gonna go take a very quick bong rip, and then I'm gonna go over these new books that I got. Trigger me timbers. Oh, I like that, Realm Trotter. You're about to get fucking Realm Trotter. If you stay here for another 5 minutes and chat a little bit in the chat room, I will probably give you a wrench. But if you don't give a shit about wrenches, then see you later. I'm gonna bongs for truth it real quick. I'm gonna go take a quick bong rip, if you don't mind, and I'm gonna show you all my new books that I got here. Ooh, look at this! This book is nice. Becoming a Psychotherapist. You gotta become a psychotherapist. Become your own psychotherapist. So could you guys just chill here for? There's only 7 watching, and when I come back, there better be like 12 watching. Yo, what up, Earth Pond? Oh, I'm gonna go take a bong rip and then go give Aldo's gonna take a bong rip. Earth Pond, just chill for like 5 more minutes, and I'll give you a fucking I'll give you a wrench. So just chill for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna go take a bong rip. Be right back, everyone. If I take a bong rip, that means that I loosen up. And I become even more carefree. I'm very carefree at the moment, if you can't tell. Drinking a coffee, I took a shower, I woke up early, doing a live stream. I'm promoting other Flat Earthers channels in my description box. I'm talking to you guys. I bought like 17 new books. And I'm going to go over these new books with you, if you don't mind. So if you could share this link to Twitter and to other Facebook groups and on your wall, that'd be fantastic. Oh, what up, Jovian? Jovian, you're a good fella. Chill here for 5 more minutes. I'm going to go take a bong rip, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, see? It's not so bad. I'm not going to take this bong rip until I get to 10 viewers. There we go, 10 viewers. Is that all I have to do? Is just say I need? It's like ridiculous. All right. Well, thanks. Got 10 viewers. I'm gonna do what I said. Alrighty then. Oh, what do you know? I got fucking 14 viewers now that I'm smoking a ball rip. Look at this guy. Some sort of flat earth hippie smoking a bong on his camera. Sheesh. What kind of job does he, what kind of life does he live? He just moves out of his home state of New York and is Buffalo, New York, and he goes to live in San Diego for a year, and he starts his channel up, and it blows up. It gets bigger and bigger, and he starts talking to all the main flat earthers. And what kind of guy is this guy who debates Berkeley scientists on stage at comedy clubs? Like, what kind of fake shill is this, you know? You know? What kind of guy goes to meet Joe Rogan and all these comedians to their face and and I see Joe Rogan's eyes. Look, this is what Joe Rogan looked at. This is how Joe Rogan looked, looking at me when he seen me staring at him from 2 feet away when I had my flat Earth shirt on. This is how he looked. Holy shit! It's that one guy who's always fucking with me on Twitter, and it says brainwashed with a CGI ball on his shirt. Fuck. Joe Rogan was staring at me for 20 minutes out of his 30-minute show on stage. Please don't fucking heckle me. Oh, I'll be back, Joey boy. I'll see you. I just missed your friend the other day, Eddie Bravo, too. I just missed him. And then I seen Eddie Bravo on Dell's show, Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Looks like the flat earthers are spreading. Yes, we are. So, let's go over my books. I got a bag full of books here. So I'm gonna fucking show you all the new books that I just bought. Guys, I was at the library and there was a book with a $5 sticker on it. Guys, you have no idea how badly I wanted to take that $5 sticker off. Ooh, I just wanted to peel that $5 sticker off. And guess what? It magically would have become $1. And I wanted to do it so badly, but my conscience got to me. Now, if I was a little boy, when I was a little boy, and I'd go into the store, the sports store, I would go and I'd find baseball cards and hockey cards and basketball cards, football cards, and I'd grab those cards in the plastic packages, and I go into the clothing section. You know, remember the clothing section when we used to walk into the clothes, and then there's that you can hide in the clothes because you're so small? Well, when I was a little boy, I liked to steal baseball cards, and I'd go into the clothing section and I'd open them all up, and I'd leave all the plastic wrap in the middle of the clothing thing that I was in. And then I'd stuff the cards in my pocket. and I'd go home and I'd go, yeah, baby. And then one time my mom, she noticed my pocket was full of cards. And she goes, Dan, what's in your pocket? And I go, oh, that's nothing. She goes, Dan, show me what's in your pocket. And I pulled out a whole thing of cards. Did you steal those? And she made me go back into the store and give them back. That was embarrassing. I just figured I'd tell you a little story about how I used to steal baseball cards, because I like to share personal little tidbits of my life to make you think things about myself. And guess what? That little thief of a boy came out of me today, and I was like, oh, I just want to scratch that little sticker off. It'd be so easy just to scratch it off and then magically create a $1 book instead of a $5 book. Reality is what you can get away with. Now, I probably should have just scratched that little sticker off. It was the Celtic mythology and the Celtic religion and the history of the Celts, the philosophy of the Celtics, and it was a $5 book. Reality is, Robert Anton Wilson says, reality is what you can get away with. I really wanted to scratch that sticker off and create $1. Why didn't I? I should have. What harm would it have caused? Oh no, the library doesn't get an extra $4. I saved myself $4. Does the library really need? I go there. I even bought two extra books. Just, you know. Oh, I even they have free books. You can take free books that they give away, and there's not really too many good books. I mean, there are pretty decent books that they give away, and I accidentally paid for a free book, so I was going through my books, and I'm like, this one's free. I accidentally paid for it, and it's only $1. And I'm like, so I'm gonna go exchange a new book, and it's just interesting because like I can lie. I can say, oh, those books are free. These books are free, and they'll go, oh, okay. It's like reality is what you can get away with. I could have gotten away with lying about, oh, these books are free. Oh, I could peel off the sticker. But my stupid, pathetic conscience just wouldn't let me. Ugh. Damn my moralistic ethics. Damn it. All right. Here goes. We got about 18 viewers. That's pretty cool. Thanks for fucking tuning in. Yo, what's up, Antonio? Cool. We got Antonio, Ace McLeod. Yo, I'm gonna give some wrenches away real quick before I read this. So let's see here. I'm gonna give some wrenches away real quick. Press 1 if you're the real version of yourself. So press 1 if you're the real version of yourself and you want a wrench. Earth Pond. Okay, Jovian. Yo, what's up, THC? What's up, Anthony? Do bong rips work in a vacuum? Realm Trotter says. Toto Cult. Peace, my Flat Earth fam. Yo, what's up, Vinny P? Ace McLeod. Can someone tell this guy to stop talking? Oh, Ace McLeod, you fucking asshole. Ace, are you ever gonna fucking pop on a panel of mine, and are we ever gonna talk? Or are you just gonna fucking sit there and smoke fucking DMT every other day? And take acid every other day? You ever gonna fucking tell your results Are you just gonna be a fucking user? You could ever gonna tell us the secrets of the universe, Ace? Let's share the secrets of the universe. The secrets of the universe together. Do a gravity bong. Hit it, noob. You know I'm not a noob, Ace. Bong rips for Fepe, Morgan Ellis says. Let's see here. Yes, he must be retarded. Jesus, thanks, you assholes. We just coming here to roast me, Vinny P and Ace? Ace McLeod says he likes dong rips. Let's see here. Dan W. Let's see here. So let's see here. I'm going to give a surprise. Eddie Bravo was on Dell's. Yeah, that was awesome. Super happy to see that. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's fucking awesome. Shill money for books. It's Benson. Eddie was supposed to be on ODD. Eric nulled that. Eric don't like ODD. Eric is trying to control Eddie. Ace McLeod says. Jesus, man. Toto Cult and Ace McLeod are not Dell fans, apparently. Let's see here. Damn, Ace McLeod does not like Dell's opinions. That's all right. You're inclined to your own opinions. What's up, Flatlander? Let's see here. Sheesh. I'm not even going to read these things. You guys are fucking bad-mouthing certain people here. Ace is laughing. Let's see here. I had a lot of love and respect for Dell once upon a time, Morgan Ellis says. Oh, shit. Damn. Fuck you guys. Jesus. Ace says Dell is a goddamn witch hunter. No time for that low vibration piece of dog shit. Jesus, man. Fuck, Ace. Relax. Go take a bong rip. I'm about to go drink some. I need to go buy some Stellas after this. Jeez, you guys are bringing me down with your fam. Charlotte Doe Dick eating child neglect enabler. Okay, well. All wrongdoing can be boiled down to theft. 10% beers laid me out. Yo, Ace, you're a fucking amateur, bro. 4 beers? Nobody can hang with me in the drinking compartment, and that's nothing to be proud of. I'll tell you that for a fact. That is nothing to be proud of, people. So what's up, Antonio? I'm reading through the comments real quick to go see who wants a wrench. If anyone pressed 1 when I said that. So let me catch up real quick. I'll hurry up. What are you talking about? Antonio Vinny says, what are you doing here? Vincent, you are a fucking, you got your clown shoes on today, huh, Vince? You motherfucker, you. Antonio says he's hanging out. I hung out on Antonio's hangout for fucking 3 hours last night. Had a great conversations. Well, I was mostly listening, but and Antonio Santos Bonacci even shared your link without me having to prod him to do so. So that was cool. I didn't expect Santos to share that link. Oh, and Antonio Santos Bonacci wants to fucking have a talk with you, and I believe in Spanish. So I think he wants to do you and him will do a Spanish collaboration show, and you guys can do a Spanish flatter show. That would be fucking dope as hell. So yes, Antonio, contact Santos Bonacci, and if you don't have his contact information, I do, and I will give it to you. So, and what else? It's me, Shiltonio. Ace McLeod says. Okay. This is the only chat I see. Dan W says, this is the only chat. Ace. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna hurry up and read this real quick. Sorry. Okay, there it is. You guys know who Madonna is? If you not seen the last 2 hours of You've Been Exposed. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no, Ace McLeod, I was on that show 2 nights ago with making fun of Madonna on You've Been Exposed. So let's see here. Antonio, you already got a wrench. You don't need one. Earth Pond, you're getting a fucking wrench. Ace McLeod, you didn't press 1. You pressed a fucking gun. You're not getting a wrench, so go fuck yourself until you press 1. Ace pressed 33. Ace, I told you to press 1. You're gonna be a smartass. You're gonna sit there wrenchless like a weirdo. Total call. I told you to press 1. Message deleted by Infinite Plane Society. Events. Oh, what are you doing there? Infinite Plane Society. So IPS, you're lurking in the woodworks, because I see you Event Skeptic pressed 1 and you deleted his comment. So apparently IPS does not like Event Skeptic, and I will not give Event Skeptic a wrench. Scott Gurup says, what does a wrench do? Toto Cult finally pressed 1. Earth Pond, you pressed 33. You might get de-wrenched because of that. Ace McLeod says, oh geez, and you pressed 11. Technically, that's not 1. I know that technically you may think that is a 1 because there's 2 1s, but that's technically a 2. So you're not getting the wrench, Ace. You asshole smartass. You're good. So let's see here. What's up, Ian? I'd pay to smoke some ISS weed. That nudist beach, Antonio. Guy on the back of there. That was funny. That when Antonio told guys had their packages and their units on one another's heads, playing chicken. I have been going overboard on acid lately, Ace McLeod says. I know, Ace. I pay attention to your comments. You gonna give them wrenches out? What up, Truth Faction? Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. Vinny P. Sorry about your cousin, man. Sorry about that, dude. Sorry about that, man. Tragedies are fucking shitty, dude. Sorry about that, Vinny P. My condolences to you and your buddies. And yeah, those tragedies suck, dude. Mother, do you think she'll try to break my balls? Dan, you were taking a 5-minute long bong rip. I typed that. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I'm not a big Dell fan. Yeah, I noticed, Antonio. So, Infinite Plane Society deleted another message. Infinite Plane Society, say hello. Don't be a fucking asshole lurker. Oh, I love Dell's activism, but not his hating on flat earthers. Well, I can understand that. Event Skeptic was timed out by Infinite Plane Society. IPS, say hello. Stop lurking in the background, you fucking asshole. Elixir of life. A little bit of whiskey. All right, so before I lose my 20 fucking viewers here, I'm gonna fucking God damn it, Ace. I'm gonna read these books. Dan, I not drank in months. Oh, good for you. Good for you. You haven't drank in months. Ace says 1 plus 32 equals 33. Truth Faction wants a wrench. Chess wants a wrench. I know. I know there's a friggin' delay. I know. I'm just... There we go. Infinite Blade Society says, message Mandela. Alright, so I'm going to read these. Alright, thank you for finally coming out. Stop lurking in the background. Alright, so cool. I'm going to read these books now, okay? So let me know in the comment section what you think of these books that I got. Here we go. 20 people, about 20 people watching. Cool. Magic and Superstition. Douglas Hill. Ooh. It's got a nice... yeah, so we got... let's see here. Enough people who say they are not superstitious will touch wood. Oh yeah, touch wood. Cross their, like, knock on wood. I knock on wood. I did it yesterday. I did it last night. Cross their fingers or avoid walking under ladders. That's in all the crises of life, whether in birth or death, war or peace, work or love, superstitions offer an uncanny support. Yeah, so this is going to be a good one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be good. Throwing fucking flowers to the bridesmaid. Putting a fucking locket on your wife's leg. You know, that thing that you put on, you crawl under her wedding dress, and everyone goes, ooh, he's eating her out at the wedding. Excuse me. People wear certain rings. What do you think rings are? People used to, like Antonio said, they're literally used to be knights. Like, people, and I used to think about this all the time, people used to have to go, like, to get spices, like oregano and parsley and basil, cilantro, salt. People used to have to go on, like, 3-week journeys, like odysseys, soldierings to get salt and water. They used to need to equip swords and shields and armor just to go get some fucking basil. This is what it was like back then. They used to need horses and knights and carriages just to get some fucking spices. But yeah, this will be a good book. I like in Wayne W. Dyer books, The Wisdom of the Ages. A modern master brings eternal truths into everyday life. I like this guy. I mean, he's a bit of a new age guru, but let's read a bit of the back. This book is not about appreciating poetry and philosophy as much as it is about applying the wisdom of these writers to our everyday lives. All the selections in this book convey messages from sensitive, highly creative, and productive individuals who were alive here at one time, just as you and I are today. Oh, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. I didn't even read that. Damn. That's awesome. So, like, this is a collection of his favorite fucking... I love that type of stuff. This book I'm really interested in. The Huxleys? A History of the Huxley Family? Wow. I mean, the Huxleys? Look at all these Huxleys. Look at these Huxleys. It's a lot of Huxleys. You know anything about T.H. Huxley? Julian Huxley? Obviously, you know Aldous Huxley. But do you know anything about Ethel Huxley? Or Miss Nettie Huxley? Ethel Huxley? Julian Huxley is Aldous Huxley's brother. Matter of fact, Aldous Huxley played a very keen role in pioneering the Esalen Institute back in 1962. Very interesting. I had a bout of psychosis, a brief panic attack while I was at Esalen. And right before I was about to go into the Aldous Huxley meditation room, which is one of the main chambers at Esalen. A very interesting thing happened to me while I was there. Lots of very interesting things happened to me while I was there. And while I was in the Aldous Huxley meditation room, it's a lot of interesting energies being channeled. Esalen is a mythical, timeless place. It's over 5,000-year-old Indian land. Esalen Indians, wouldn't you know it? That's going to be a good one. It's the autobiography of T.S. Eliot. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to have an autobiography of T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot, A Life. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. You guys might know these guys. Cult of the Sun? I don't know. Do we know anything about the sun worshippers, the sun cult? Do we know anything about the heliocentric sun cult? I don't know if we do, but it's a good thing we study it. The Pythagoreans? Were they the first sun worshippers? The cult of Pythagoras. Is that the first sun worshippers? So we're basically still in a cult of sun worshippers, and it's been going on for at least 3,000 years. Yeek. That's a shitty dilemma. Luckily, I'm tearing all those sun worshippers' phalluses out of their fucking, tearing down their monuments. Ooh, look at these Egyptians. You got the fucking, ooh, the mansions, the bronze head of Osiris, Isis. Look at these sun worshippers. All different types of sun worshippers. Ooh. Nut and Geb. I know brother Sanchez likes to talk about Nut and Geb. And Ma'at. Seth and Horus. A lot of Egyptian sun worship. Ooh, there's a Atman Ra. The bird at Heliopus. I don't know. Let's see here. Man, sure are a lot of sun worshippers. Ooh, the Palace of Ascension. Sounds nice. The Rise of the Sun God. Yuck. It's going to be good to learn about that a little bit more. Oh, look, a map of Egypt. You know what's funny about globe heads and globe masters? Is that globe masters believe that rivers flow uphill. So the Nile River goes 4,000 miles. It flows uphill. It doesn't flow downhill. It flows uphill. Rivers flow uphill to globe masters. You didn't know that? Just make sure you tell that to them, to a globehead, to your mother or your father or your brother or your sister or your family members. Go, wait, it's okay. You're a ball earther. That's fine. So what you're telling me is that you believe that rivers flow uphill. And if they're smart enough, if they're a smart globehead, they'll say relativity and gravity. Well, if they're a stupid globehead, they'll say gravity. If they're a smart, a decently intelligent globehead, they'll say relativity. Keep that in mind. Don't let them dupe you. The sun cult in Egypt reached its zenith during the great period of pyramid construction. In an attempt to draw together the threads of this worship, must owe a considerable debt to previous research relating to this topic. The pyramids of Egypt. Fuck the pyramids of Egypt. I don't even fucking think that those were fucking built back then. Shit was, I don't know. Maybe the pyramids are real, but the Great Sphinx is fake, and Stonehenge is fake. But maybe some of the pyramids are real, because there are thousands of pyramids all over the fucking world, all over the plane. This one caught my eye. Becoming a Psychotherapist. It's a really old book. Two people with MDs and PhDs. And a clinical primer, Becoming a Psychotherapist. And one of my mentors, Manly P. Hall, he always taught me that one should become one's own psychotherapist. You don't need to go to a psychotherapist, become your own psychotherapist. Oh, this is going to be great. This well-respected guide to psychoanalytic psychotherapy addresses key issues for both beginning and practicing therapists, from the rhythm of the initial, middle, and final stages of therapy to the setting up of an office and the handling of fees and insurance. This book also deals with the management of borderline and potentially homicidal patients. In and out patients. Jesus fuck, man, this is a serious book. Yeah, I like to get books from like Yale University, from professors of psychiatry and whatnot. You know, I think that's probably a pretty important thing to learn. This book caught my eye. Clowns of the Hopi. I just so happen to have Hopi blood in me, among other different Indian bloodlines. And I didn't know that Indians, Native Americans, Hopi in particular, I didn't know that they had like clown people, tradition keepers, and delight makers. That blew my fucking mind. In Hopi, it says in Hopi, a sacred clown is a combination of gesture, priest, and shaman, and can serve many purposes. And I liken myself to all of those. A gesture, a priest, a shaman, and a pope of the Church of the Subgenius. Can serve many purposes. Clowns amuse audiences through their silly antics, intensify rituals by contrasting the sublime and the ridiculous, and control nonconformist behavior through comic object lessons. Hopi clowns are truly the ultimate tradition keepers and the supreme delight makers. Maybe I'm a Hopi fucking clown. Maybe I don't know. I always knew that I was a sacred gesture, a sacred clown. And now I have a book that will teach me more. I didn't even know. And I get to see these cool ass pictures, these real pictures. Can I see the real pictures, please? Yeah, I mean, there's all these artworks of Look at these crazy bastards. I like this stuff. Got statues and paintings. Don't make me throw my mud at you. I'm a mud thrower. And I already read this book, or I already showed you this book. I'm like, dude, a fucking David Icke book for fucking $1? Hell yeah, I'm buying that. David Icke books are like fucking $10 to $30. Of course I'm gonna pick up a fucking $1 first edition David Icke book. I don't give a shit if you if you think he's a shill. At least he fucking talks about the flat earth. Got Francis Bacon, The Temper of a Man. Francis Bacon, otherwise known as William Shakespeare, otherwise known as many other people. Francis Bacon created many aliases, alter egos, and William Shakespeare was one of them. Shake the pen of the sphere of the pen. He's shaking the sphere of the pen. William Shakespeare. It's a fake. It's not a real person. Francis Bacon was William Shakespeare. I have a whole fuckload of Carl Sagan books, and now this is a new one. Conversations with Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan says, the progress of science is littered with dead theories. They were maladapted. Ooh. That's not bad. God and Carl Sagan. Is the cosmos big enough for both of them? This is the free book that I got. It just has this on the front. And it's a poetry. It's a bunch of poems. Oh, whoa! Dude! This book's from fucking 1929. And it's called Earth. That's crazy. I didn't know that. It just says this on the front. Oh, look. See? I didn't see that. This book is called Earth. So cool. Wow, this is so cool. This book's from 1929 by Frank Townshend. And it's called Earth. This is so cool. And this is a poetry book. I'm gonna read a couple of these real quick. Wow. 1929 book. The Earth, Chapter 1, the Earth. Chapter 2, the vision of the Earth. Chapter 3, life. Chapter 4, the story of the Earth. Wow, this is going to be really good. The first thing it says is, here is my life. All that I found on Earth. All that I did. All that I am. All that I know and feel. Huh. Here is my life. All that I found on Earth. All that I did. All that I am. All that I know and feel. Chapter 1, the Earth. The Earth. I wandered about the earth, meeting all sorts of people, and I lived in every kind of place, doing all manner of work. Of the people that I met, only one was completely and unutterably happy. Indeed, I observed that most of them did whatever they did because of fear. Fear of life, or fear of death, or fear of afterlife or after death. So that they piled up possessions if they could, hid from sight their personal affairs, covered their risks by reasonable precautions, denied their inmost longings, or became deeply religious, or even thoughtful. Yo, this book is fucking deep. And some men lived in hope that was fear reversed. They hoped for increased riches, for perfection or salvation, for health, fame, knowledge, or power, for love or amusement, for work or for rest. They hoped for their country's prosperity and for their family's virtues, and for an easy passage, and for a more abundant life in the world to come. Yo, this book's fucking amazing. Wow, this book is fucking deep. I'm so happy I got this book. This is a free book. I'm about to go back and fucking pick up the rest of those free books. Oh shit, I actually can. I still got 2 hours. I might go back and pick up some more books, folks. Actually, I am going to. I'm gonna end this prematurely, but I still have a couple, like 5 more books here. Stay with me. I'm gonna take a bong rip, read some more books out. What is that? I thought I saw a gray hair in my beard. Look at, I think there's a gray hair. Look. See it? I gotta find it. There's a gray hair in there. You're mine, gray hair. Okay. The Innocents Abroad by Mark Twain. I think this is a fucking original. Dude, this is a fucking... Is this a fucking original? Dude, this is copyright oh, Jesus Christ. This is copyright 1911. What? 1911? Did Mark Twain actually fucking... To my most patient reader and most charitable critic, my aged mother, this volume is affectionately inscribed. Dude, this is fucking incredible. What? This is fucking original Mark Twain here. This book is a record of a pleasure trip. The Innocents Abroad? This book is a record of a pleasure trip. If it were a record of a solemn scientific expedition, it would have... What? Okay, hold on. If it were a record of a solemn scientific expedition, it would have about it that gravity, that profundity, and that impressive incomprehensibility which are so proper to works of that kind, and withal so attractive. Notwithstanding, it is only a record of a picnic. It has a purpose, which is to suggest to the reader how he would be likely to see Europe and the East if he looked at them with his own eyes, instead of the eyes of those who traveled in those countries before him. Interesting. I make small pretense of showing anyone how he ought to look at objects. Interesting. Huh. Cool. That's awesome. Freaking original Mark Twain. Got another T.S. Eliot. This is called To Criticize the Critic and Other Writings. I love criticizing criticizers and critiquing critiquers, critics. I like to critique critics and criticize critics because they're fucking annoying little parasites. So if nobody's going to criticize these fucking critics, well, I'm going to do that. I've been doing that for a very long time, criticizing critics. Okay? Nobody else is going to do it. I will. So, To Criticize the Critic and Other Writings by T.S. Eliot. Got this fucking gem. The American Knight, The Writings of Jim Morrison, Volume 2. That means I gotta get Volume 1, but I do have, yes, a literary last testament from Rock's Poet of the Damned. The American Knight, The Writings of Jim Morrison, Volume 2. This is fucking awesome. Have you been born yet, and are you alive? Let's reinvent the gods. All the myths of the ages. Ooh, the first poem I go to in Jim's book is called To Be Alone. I'm going to try to do my best Jim Morrison. To be alone and watch the dawn. It could create a silly song about a girl I used to know. She was the star of the lost sideshow. She wasn't me. She wasn't you. Believe you me, knew what to do. And say to a man, the end of his teether, hey, fine, handsome man, there'll be a change in the weather. So what am I supposed to do? Just sit alone and chew my shoe? I need a love, no more than she, and yet no less, and no regrets. You can fill me in. If you can, fill me in. On my telephone, I'd be a sadder, wiser son of a gun. I'll just this about all that. I was the mouse who caught the cat. I don't intend to give you no points of view. I just mean to tell you I'm alone. Holy shit. I don't intend to give you no points of view. I just mean to tell you I'm alone. Wow, Jim Morrison is fucking legend. Oh god. He turned his fucking he turned his poems into songs. This next poem is called Soul Kitchen, and that's one of his songs. Be down now in your soul kitchen. Wow, I'm so happy I got this. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. The Celebration of the Lizard. I'm so pumped about this. I'm sorry, I'm like reading. Sudden attack, stabbed and hacked, but no pain, no death. Zone of silence. Sudden powered, mute strangeness and awareness. Most awkward to the mind, alive with love and laughter, and sweet, and memory sweet of kinder times, when we spoke and words had soft form by a fire. Hope is just, hope is just, hope is just a word. When you think in tablecloths, laughter will not end. Her funny feeling, or assuage our strange desire, children will be born. Welcome to the American night. Welcome to the American night where dogs bite. To find the voice, the face, the fate, the fame. To be tamed by the night. In a quiet, soft, luxuriant car. Hitchhikers line the great highway. You must confront your life. You must confront your life, which is sneaking up on you like a wrapped, coiled serpent. Snail slime. You must confront the inevitable eventually. Bloody Bones has got you. Enter the ship of the warm womb tide. Wet labyrinth kiss, digging the wells, and writing the lies, all holes and poles. Walk down a street, a drive to the beach, drowning a man's flash, a town in siege. Whoa. Okay, cool. Next one, sorry. I don't even, this is a George Orwell book called, was it Burmese Days? I've never even heard of this one. I like, collecting certain authors. So George Orwell is one of my, authors that I collect. I want to collect all of his book collection. So Burmese Days, that's this one. I never heard of it. No idea. No idea what it's about, but I'm gonna fucking buy it. And the final book of that I bought here at the library is called. I like getting Will Durant. He's a good author. He writes a lot of philosophy books, and he wrote. I never seen this book of his. It's called The Pleasures of Philosophy: An Attempt at a Consistent Philosophy of Life. So that's pretty cool. Trying to create an attempt at a consistent philosophy of life. That's a good idea. I have he has a book called The History of Philosophy, which is it goes in order of like all the, not all, but all of the main and best quote unquote philosophers of antiquity, and he writes about Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, and Soren Kierkegaard. Robert Bacon, which is Francis Bacon's dad, and Francis Bacon himself. I'm trying to think of others. Yeah, but you get the picture. Let me take a sip of. I gotta read these comments. Sorry, guys. Take a little sippy poo. Yeah, but those are my books. You guys like that? You guys like those books? Yeah, Antonio. Jim Morrison's father was a rear admiral of the, best known for the Gulf of Tonkin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a direct tie with the why the reason the Gulf of Tonkin was started. I think even the Vietnam War, Jim Morrison's dad might have been behind, but I think maybe I'm getting things confused. I know Jim Morrison's dad was behind something to do with the Gulf of Tonkin bullshit. So it's very strange that it is very strange. I'm gonna okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go and read some of these comments real quick. Infinite Plane Society is calling himself a shill. Nothing new there. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna read this as fast as I can. Antonio says, yeah, that'd be cool, a Spanish flat earth. You goddamn right it would. I'm all about building bridges and putting good ideas out there. That's what I do. I do it all the time. Been doing it for almost 10 years. The roast of Madurp was the greatest, dude. That shit was fun, Ace. How are the roads in Texas like? And Ian Tinsley says to Morgan Ellis. Morgan Ellis says flat. If you don't have a wrench, Dan W says, if you don't have a wrench, you're in the corner, curled up, shaking like a weirdo. Ace McCloud, you stupid asshole. I'll just give you a wrench just because you're a fucking asshole. Ace, if you fucking abuse that wrench, I'm gonna fucking take that shit back from you, you sexy bastard. Microdosing LSD is the new thing. Oh, speaking of microdosing. Hey Ace, what's the number between 0 and 2? There's an infinite amount of numbers, Antonio. That's funny. Ace, you sly dog, you. Are you talking about integers? Oh, Infinite Plane Society. His message was Mandela. Carl Steinbeck says Tim Osman has a micro penis. Antonio says it's unlucky to be superstitious. That's an interesting point of view. Ace, how many biological dads you got? Wrenches are so mainstream. Ace doesn't want them. I don't think Ace wants a wrench. I think he wants to be the odd guy out. This book is probably 100% true and shit. Realm Trotter, what book were you talking about, bro? Ace McCloud says I'll never conform. Good. But remember, I'm a sacred clown, and I even get non-conformers to conform. That's one of my skills, Ace. It's one of my amazing qualities, characteristics. I'm gonna make that a new mushroom strain, Wrench Envy. Will Niedrick has a bunch of wrenches and penguins. Loving these fancy Huxleys. I want that book. Yeah, dude. Realm Trotter, I told you if you stick around for 5 minutes, then I'll wrench you, so we'll be a man of my word, and I'll give you a fucking wrench. Let's see here. I'm going to be totally offline for 3 days a week, okay? Ace McCloud says. Ever read Huxley's book, Devils of London, about Catholic witch hunts? Hella good. No, I haven't. Jordan Maxwell has some interesting stuff on sun worship. I bet he does. Listening. Okay. Pyramids built by slaves. Dan W. I highly doubt slaves built the pyramids. I mean, obviously had something to do with it. But, I mean, human beings can't lift 100-ton blocks. Like that's how would a human lift 100-ton block? Antonio says I am my own psychotherapist, but I have to say my psychotherapist is fucked. I could attest to that and relate to that, but you gotta do what you gotta do, Antonio. You're really gonna go pay $100, $160 an hour for a fucking psychotherapist? Holy mackerel, clowns of the Hopi. You goddamn right, Realm Trotter. Morgan Ellis says, praise Bob. Goddamn right, that book looks amazing. Yes, I remember the creepy clown sightings. Most of those were staged. And pranks. Dan W says, anyone want to be my therapist and listen to all my problems? Dan, you're going to have to start paying me, bro. Yes, exactly. Realm Trotter says, That was right before I found out the Earth is freaking flat. Instantly realized the clowns were fake news after that. Exactly, Realm Shotter. See, it's amazing how the flat Earth gives you the eyes to see the real reality. Yep, 1995. David Icke was ahead of his time. Yeah, goddamn right he was. 1988, 1989 was when David Icke started to go. What was when he went mainstream. Yep. Dan W says what he said. It's all accepted as true. Morgan Ellis just said just ate bacon while listening to the Vegan Warrior. Oh, that's funny, Morgan Ellis. Oh, Realm Trotters says David Icke just got a job on network TV. 60 Minutes, really? Huh, interesting. Well, he started off as a TV journalist, sports commentator. I think it's kind of like what I kind of wanted to do too. I love commentating NBA games. I'm really good at it. I can entertain an entire bar. When I go into a bar with strangers and the sports games are on, like basketball in particular, I'll go and I'll interact with the entire crowd. I'll make bets with the people. I'll go talk with everyone while they're with their girlfriends, and I'll go, yo, your team, what team are you rooting for? And he'll go, Oklahoma Thunder, and I'll go, okay, well, I think that the other team's gonna win. I'll bet you $20 that and the Oklahoma Thunder will be they'll be winning. They'll have more points than I do than my team does, the team that I'm betting for. And I'll go, yo, your team is up like 10 points, dude. I'll bet you $20, and there'll only be like 4 minutes left in the game. I'll bet you $20 that they end up losing. And he's like, all right, and I make money like that all the time. It's hilarious. Under the Ether, what up, brah? Earth Pond's got a fucking wrench. Realm Trotter's probably got a wrench. Did I give Ace McCloud a wrench? Ace McCloud says, see you in a while. Toots. Toodaloo. I'm just catching up on some chat. And so if you guys have some questions, obviously answer them because you guys are in the future and I'm in the past right now. I mean, I'm in my now. Do it later, Dan. Remember, I was first to leave. Where are the free books, Dan? His wizard is starting to emerge. Nice find. Oh, you were talking about my grayness? Nice find. Next milestone is a gray pube. Oh, dude. If I get a gray pube, I will not be happy about that. I do have a fucking... God, look at that. You guys saw my fucking gray pube. Or my gray beard hair. That's hilarious. Flat Earth Dan's in the chat. Government censorship Dell thinks he is attacked. Nice fake show. Vincent P says, Triple D's! I'm Pickle Rick! You guys like that show? Rick and Morty, that show's fucking hilarious. Super scientific. Vinny Dell is getting paranoid. Well, he's not paranoid. He gets fucking sniped all the time by fucking asshole Timmy Osmen. Timmy Osmen is jealous of flat earthers, if you guys didn't know. That's a great book. I've read it. What's a great book, Antonio? Oh, the Jim Morrison one? Rush Limbaugh. God damn it. Fucking IPS telling everyone that Jim Morrison is... I mean, that was a conspiracy. That's been a conspiracy for a while, but IPS really pushed the Jim Morrison is Rush Limbaugh one. That's all right. You can IPS he's a conspiracy pusher and a conspiracy creator and a cult creator, and I respect that. Content creator too, and I damn well respect that. And in his own right, he is a fucking artist. Fuck Jim Morrison. The Doors is shit, bro. I'm about to fucking ban you for saying that. Yo, later, Earthpond. That's a solid haul of books. You goddamn right it is, Realms Router. Jim Morrison's father was head of MK Ultra program. Well, I highly doubt that. But yeah, Ian Tinsley, I think, are we friends on Facebook? Send me a message. If we are not friends on Facebook, send me a message first. Because I have like I think like 500 friend requests or something like that. So send me a message. So you guys have any questions? Does anyone want to fucking join? Here, I'm gonna fucking put the link out there. Astrolabe is a good toy. Gyroscope is the perfect toy. Hot air or helium balloon is a good toy. Laugh out loud reading the comments. Bill Hicks Jr., good evening. Oh, what's up, Bill Hicks Jr.? I've heard about you recently. What's your deal? What's your deal, Bill Hicks Jr.? All right, well, if anyone wants to end my hangout and snipe me, well, now's the perfect time to, because I might need to go collect some more books. So if you would like to snipe me and end my live feed, then that would be cool. Now's a perfect opportunity for you to do so. Okay? Oh, THC, you and Maria listening to the car? Okay, so that is Maria in the chat room who joined. Cool. Well, hello, Anthony and Maria. One of the lovely flat earth couples out there. Bill Hicks Jr., what's your deal, bro? Tell me about yourself. P. Mars is here. He says, I'm a god. Yes, you are a marshmallow god. Let's see here. Fart boy in the house. Dan W. P. Mars is not a former flat earther, you fucking idiot. Sorry to call you a fucking idiot, Dan W., but P. Mars was never a flat earther, so please don't give him the satisfaction of calling him a former flat earther, because he is not. He never was. He was a fake from the get-go, like I always knew, and they always show themselves to be fakes, like he has, and like all the fakes have already showed themselves to be, like all the ones that I knew were fakes. My spider sense was tingling. They all... Yeah, I have that book, Fountainhead. It's right there. Yeah, Atlas Shrugged was an elite book. Yep, that's for damn sure it is. That is the smartest thing I've ever heard you say, P. Mars. Atlas Shrugged was an elite book. You are correct, P. Mars. Never take anything on faith, Ayn Rand says, THC says. Yeah, he is correct. I do I do collect her some of her books, THC. I have to, as a book collector. I don't know what you did, Bill Hicks Jr. People are saying there's this Bill Hicks Jr. guy. What's your deal? My Facebook page is my name. I also have a group on Facebook called the League of Extraordinary Flat Earthers. Have you heard the Doors song "Unhappy Girl"? Probably, THC. And I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to listen to it right afterwards. His Dan W says his avatar said former flat earther. What a fucking fake piece of shit. I've never met anyone who just makes. You're like Joel Osteen making a living off of being a fake fucking fraud. You still living with your parents, fat boy? Where I met. All right, well, I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna go. You know what? It's 2 o'clock. I still have an hour and a half. Yeah. So let's see here. Oh, thank you for the 1 thumbs down there, fart boy. Appreciate that. You fat bald idiot, fake piece of shit. You. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry to be so harsh on you, farty. Yo, where does hey Dan W, where does P Mars live again? I remember he was doxxed at one time. So I could find out exactly, you know, where you live, your address quite easily. And yeah, if you know, if certain snipers, if there's certain people in the globalist movement and the flat earth awakening, because that's what it's called. It's you're either with the globalist movement or you're with the flat earth awakening. And yo, peace out, Toto cult. And P Mars, he sniped Sassy undeniably. And in, like, if I ever met these people in real life, I'd horribly embarrass them. Like if I ever met Brian Andrew, aka Brian Grossman, P Mars, and the sniper Timmy Osmen, like if I ever met these people in real life, I would humiliate them. I would go live on Facebook and I would humiliate them live. I wouldn't put my hands on them. But since I'm such an intelligent creature, I would trigger their ego in a way where they put their hands on me. And so I get the right to use self-defense. So that's what's going to happen. Just to let you guys know, if I ever meet you in real life, I'm going to trigger you into hitting me. And then it's game over. You don't want to meet me face to face. Pray to Jesus that you don't. Oh, dude. Dan, I'll be at SD next week. Want to meet up? Eat at the mission? Fuck yeah, dude. Let's do it. Hell yeah, Morgan Ellis. It's a date. I hope you're a woman, but I'm almost positive you're a man. No, I'm just kidding. No, cool, dude. I'm almost positive you're a man. But yeah, dude. Let's freaking let's eat up, dude. Let's meet up, eat up, beer up, and create a flat Earth video, and let's pop some minds. I'll have on my my flat Earth shirt on. I don't know who slandered you, Bill Hicks Jr. Let's see here. Peace out, Total Cult. Nothing wrong with nice breasts. That's for damn sure, THC. Female breastises are among my favorite festivities. Aw, is Patrick Marson feeling lonely again? Okay, cool. I caught up with everything. All right. Well, I'm going to take here, Antonio. I think Antonio's still out there. Yeah, Antonio's still out there. And THC. THC and Antonio. Actually, I'm going to just give the Hangout link to my friends instead of a bunch of stranger assholes. So I'm going to put my Hangout link in here so Antonio can join, and Vincent and Dan and THC. So there you go, guys. If you want to take over my fucking chat room, which I would love because my voice is getting a little bit harsh and raspy and I don't feel like talking too much longer. I know THC is listening with Maria in his car, so he probably can't talk. But if you want to join, I'm going to give the link to Timmy, the real Timmy Osmen, which is IPS. And you've been exposed. Just for shits and giggles. Synthetic Dread, why the fuck not? Put this here. Okay. About to have a party if anyone wants to join. I'm about to read this. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a bong rip. I'm gonna go drink some water, and then I'm gonna read this article here. It's called the spiritual path from the ego, the spiritual path from the ego to the awakened consciousness. I'll give this article a try. I was tagged in this article earlier by a spiritually evolved man on Facebook earlier, so I will read this. The spiritual path from the ego to awakened consciousness. I'm going to read this article when I get back. Lost a lot of viewers here. Anyone want to join? Anyone want to join the panel? Come on, peeps. Let me know if you want to join the panel. And I'm going to go fill the bong. Honey. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Da da dee da da. Da da da. Da dee da da da. Oh, Danny boy, oh, the pipes are calling. The pipes are calling, and everyone has left me, so I will smoke by myself. I was all by myself. I was just thinking. I was thinking of you. Oh yeah, did I mention I was all by myself? I was all by myself. Did I mention I was all by myself? How the fuck does this hat work? Point it that way. I like that better. There we go. A little wizard hat. Zilla. I love me my wizard hat. I love me my wizard hat. I put on my wizard hat. I feel like a wizard when I got my wizard hat on. Sometimes you gotta wear a wizard hat 'cause it makes you feel like a wizard. Sometimes you gotta smoke bowls on camera 'cause it makes you feel more like a wizard. People like wizard hats. People come back when you put a wizard hat on. People want to see a man wear a wizard hat and talk smack. They want to see a wizard man talk smack. How you guys doing? Got my viewers back. Was down to a solid 7 viewers. I'm back up to 20. Thank you all. That's all I had to do was put on a wizard hat and start singing and smoking a bong again. You're all back. I'm not looking good today. I look like a piece of shit. Yo, THC, talk over me. Talk over me.
Hey, I can talk over you. Hey, you look fucking beautiful in the hat, mate. What the fuck? Where's the nose? The nose.
I'm gonna turn you up. Hold on, I'm gonna turn you up.
Yep. Where's your nose? Hey, you got to put the fucking nose on so you know what goes on. Then you knows the trolls. Put the nose on. Where's your fucking nose? Big fucking wart on the nose. Sniff those trolls out, mate. Assholes they are. They're so wimpyish, mate. They pick on my wife. You wait till I find out where they fucking live. Yeah.
Don't let it. See, that's the thing. Don't let them get to it. Like, honestly, there's some.
It's so annoying. They're little weenies, mate. They're little weenies. You're picking on a mother of 3. You little weenies. Come to my house. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm so annoyed. Yeah, they're so weenie, mate. They pick on mothers of 3 children. She's got her own free mind. Wow, guys. Very funny, isn't it? But anyway, mate, hey, it's a beautiful day. Just dropped the family off. They're going to have a great time, and I'm going for a smoke, and I'm going to have a fucking beer. So yeah. I'm free for 4 hours.
Oh, nice. So where are you going to? Off to a brewery or something, or a pub?
Oh man, I'm going to a little pub. It doesn't look much to people, but you go in there, mate. It's got character. The people. It's an open bar. You can bring your family if you choose to. I mean, you got from mothers breastfeeding to big fat dogs. I mean, everyone brings everybody. So it's a great place, brother. It's like home.
Nice.
Yeah, nice atmosphere, buddy. You know, none of this. You're like, oh, you can't do that in here. You know. Anyway, fuck them.
In China, you're allowed to buy liquor and beer at the liquor and beer store, and then go to any restaurant you want and drink your beer and liquor there.
Oh, what? That's cool. Yeah, but here you can't. Yeah, here you don't charge you a bottling fee, man. But
I'm about to fucking move to China.
China.
I'm not even kidding. I have connections. I have connections.
Don't go to the city. Go to Yellow Mountain. Yellow Mountain.
Fuck, man. I just got. Maybe it was that bong rip, but I'm suddenly thinking about moving to China.
You speak Mandarin? Cantonese?
God no.
Yeah, it's a hard language, man. Yeah, it even sounds hard. But anyway.
Oh, did you like any of those books stick out in particular that I was reading off?
Oh man, unbelievable! Hey, I can't believe you got the twine. What was it? 1911? Did you read that date? 1911. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Interesting. What was that called again?
Mark Twain. It was called. Hey, look, mate, fascinating dude. I mean, fascinating dude. He is one dude that I am fascinated with. It's yeah, interesting bloke.
Yep. I'm not even close to knowing. I know a lot more about Mark Twain than most people. Like most people don't even know that Nikola Tesla was his best friend. That they don't even know. Like Tesla was a loner. Everyone knows that Tesla was a loner and Mark Twain was a loner.
Yeah.
But they were loners like together. They were like at Tesla's lab like frequently, and
wow.
And actually, you never heard the story where Mark Twain, Tesla warned Mark Twain and about the machine that he was in, the oscillator, and but it was making him feel so good, and it was like giving him amazing pleasure in his mind and his body. And Tesla's like, you're gonna want to get out of that like now, like very very soon. And Mark Twain just ignored him. And then it happens to everyone. If you stay in it too long, you shit yourself. You get diarrhea immediately. And so Mark Twain had to run to the bathroom because he stayed in there too long.
Yeah, the bell's opened up, mate. Electromagnetic. But I tell you what, you hear that you like attracts like. Two people on the same frequency level of understanding nature, and they get together. I mean, it just goes to show you, Dan, because or Antonio or all the guys out there, but you see this group is happening as well. Like attracts like.
Yep.
I mean, it's true, mate. You know, I don't have a problem listening to you guys. We'll have our differences, but the most important, have your free. I think it's great, man.
Yep. You were breaking up a little bit, but I understood what you were saying. I understood.
Going through a bad area here.
Let's check out some of these comments here. Oh yeah, actually, I was going to read this. I was going to read this off. If you don't mind, could you mute yourself, and I'm going to read this.
Yeah, I'll mute.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. So I got this very short article, and it's called "The Spiritual Path from the Ego to." It's a year-old article from October 9th, 2016, but whatever. The development of the human spirit has 3 stages. Begins with separated ego, me, and ends in the free space of consciousness. So the first stage is ego, the unconscious patterns of the mind. We're all familiar with that. The ego is the central figure of our personal history, based upon the past and looking into the future. The components of the ego are thoughts, emotions, memories, with which the person identifies as my story. Fixed unconscious roles and creative collective identifications, which is nationality, religion. It's a lot of different things. So let me say that again. The components of the ego are thoughts, emotions, memories, which the person identifies as my story. Fixed unconscious roles. I have to stay home because my family needs me. That's called a fixed unconscious role, folks. I have to stay home because no, you're setting limits up and you set a fixed unconscious role upon yourself. My family needs me, and I can't move out of my home state. I gotta stay here, like a little birdie afraid to fly. And collective identifications, which is nationality, where your country. I'm proud of being American. I'm proud of being American. Where I eat my burgers free. That was actually pretty funny. Religion, and most people completely identify with these components of the ego. Yep. No self outside of this exists. So there's no such thing. There's nothing outside of what I just said that exists beyond self. So our identification with the ego makes us therefore somebody, a personality. Since around us everybody considers the ego as the most important center of their life. Ah, interesting. We are also brought up by our parents to have a powerful ego. Very interesting. A counterpoint in our life. By the time we reach adulthood, a powerful ego by the time we reach adulthood, that our parents are, yeah, I understand. That is why we always watch the other people. We compare and measure ourselves to them. All that time. We also try to adjust our actions and deeds to the expectations and opinions of others. We keep dealing with the past and the future, and we never have sufficient time to stop and notice the immense illusion behind our life. On the other hand, with the ego will be the root of all our problems and misery. Interesting, very interesting. This is good for me because I'm very identified with my ego.
Good for me too, mate. It's the perfect timing. Perfect timing for me too, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm separated from it, and I'm together with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm aware of it, and I use my ego personality for my advantage. Of course, I do. Like, that's what the mind is. The ego mind. That's what it is. It said the components of the ego are thoughts, emotions, memories, and a whole bunch of other shit. That. So I'm an anti-comedian. So when I go on stage, I use my ego to poke fun at everyone else's egos, and that drives them and that drives their egos insane. They go insane when I'm on stage, Antonio or Anthony. Half of the audience is screaming out like a primal, utteral rage, like like just like we already know this. You don't have, and the other half are laughing at the other people, and I'm like, look at you. I'm like, you're screaming out like crazy barbarians. And you love it. You want me to pull out a knife and stab myself in the stomach on stage. You want me to just go insane. Because that's what you love. That's what society has trained you, like little monkeys, to love chaos and crazy theatrics on stage. You want to see a comedian lose his mind, slit his wrist, and bang his face against the wall, be in utter terror. Be funny. Look at him lose his mind. That's on TMC. You want to fight me after? You want to fight me after the show? You want to arrest me? You want to call the cops on me? What do you think happened to Lenny Bruce? Lenny Bruce had the police called on him, fucking waiting for him after his show every fucking time. Arrest the man because they couldn't even listen to a little fucking guy. His opinions. He was a former preacher too, and he was also a former con man and a fraud preacher. He pretended to be he stole the clothes of a priest, and he wore them. He stole the clothes from priest from a church, and he wore them, and he went from house to house, talking to people and getting them to donate money to the leper colony that he was a part of, that he pretended to be a part of, and like this Bruce, the father of modern comedy, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm aware of history, that I know my history, and that I follow physics and paranormal activity and science and archaeology, and these are things that I love. Science fiction, fantasy. I love elves and gnomes. I believe in elves and gnomes more than I do NASA. So the second stage, which is alertness. Perfect time to transition there. My ego was getting a little carried away, so time to go to the second stage, which is alertness, the gate to infinity. Oh, this is perfect. Oh boy. So the gateway leading us to the deeper dimensions of life is alertness. Which appears as a result of the release of our attention from the hypnotic state of listening to our personal story. Interesting. The new alertness enables us to learn about ourselves without identifying with our thoughts and emotions. That's fucking amazing. I know this innately already, but being with the new alertness while reading about the new alertness is a very particular. All right. So what we first experience in this new alert state, beyond our thoughts and emotions, is the completeness of existence. That's for damn sure. In that state, all fragmentation disappears from our life. We recognize the inner spaciousness of our existence, our inner happiness and tranquility. We feel at home in our skin, and we realize that our alert consciousness is free from all kinds of thoughts and emotions. We then may decide whether we wish to continue to listen to our personal story, or we move further on towards the quiet foundations of our existence. Oh boy, this is getting interesting. I'm going to move on to the third stage, which is consciousness, which is something that I'm struggling with this past month. Your spiritual home, consciousness, your spiritual home. I say that I'm struggling with consciousness because I've been studying consciousness for a very long time. When you first learn about consciousness, when I first learned about consciousness, I was like, well, if you get punched, it was my example to myself, and then I gave it to other people. I'm like, well, if you're conscious, you're like conscious. Like right now, there's different forms of consciousness. I'm physically conscious right now, physically conscious. But if I punched myself like as hard as I could, or if like my roommate came and just punched me in the face as hard as he could, I would be knocked unconscious. See, I was conscious because I was in physical reality conscious, and then a fist came and knocked me out, and I go unconscious. You see how it's I know you do, Anthony. I'm just saying that to the 10 or 20 people that are listening. So that was like 10 years ago. I was like, oh, I'm like that. What the fuck is that all about? And I started thinking about that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Consciousness, eh? 2009, 2010. Well, 2009, yeah, it's when I first watched 2010. So I first watched Zeitgeist. Well, not first time. The second time I watched Zeitgeist. And then I watched the second Zeitgeist movie, studying like quantum mechanics because I learned about Alan Watts and Robert Anton Wilson and Terence McKenna. So that was all the way, and Santos Bonacci around the same time when he was a globe head, and so was I. And I was also trying to break down the heliocentric model with the consciousness level that I was at then previously. So I was just trying to explain different types of consciousness and the consciousness level that I was at then. So the third stage, consciousness, your spiritual. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, I told you I've been studying consciousness for so long that I'm struggling with it now because I'm beginning to hate these words like energy and consciousness. I'm starting to believe that even like these are all artificial constructs. The word energy is just a human concept. The word consciousness is a human concept. You know, there's no such entity. Well, maybe that's not true. See, I always like maybe there is an entity or a tease of consciousness, and I know there are because I've seen them. I've been physically in their presence where I've been laying down on a bed and there's literal DMT electric elves, imp beings, multiple, at least 5, jumping in and out of me, in and out of the the blanket that I was on. They were like swimming in it and a part of the geometric patterns of the blanket, and they were jumping in and out of the blanket, reading my thoughts. And this is a different form of now I'm in a psychedelic state of consciousness, and because I'm telling you things that happened to me while I was altered state of DMT, which is a different state of consciousness. See, these are different ways. You have to. That's consciousness research. Like you can get a PhD in consciousness research. I guess I'm working on it. Maybe I'll get honored like these celebrities that never went a day in their life at college, but they get honorary fucking degrees and free. They get to go to all these free fucking all the best colleges in the world for free. But someone like me, you know, I have to go out and challenge Berkeley professors, and so on to the third stage of consciousness. Your spiritual home. So the disappearance of thoughts, the disappearance of thoughts leaves a gateway open for us towards experiencing real truth. Together with the thoughts, the ego also disappears, and the truth of I am shines out bright. Everything will be quiet and peaceful in us. We are beyond all good and evil. I'll say that again. We are beyond all good and evil. We are a mere consciousness that does not analyze or judge. Plates. I like that. We realize that the same contemplating soul we realize that the same contemplating soul lives in everybody. It lives in everybody, but it's not activated in everybody. So the differences between human beings are only superficial, and deep inside we are all the same. Experiencing that unity will bring us the ecstasy of life, the perfect joy of existence. Well, that third stage of consciousness was definitely a bit of a letdown. But through the gates of consciousness, through the gate of the alertness, leave behind yourself the unconscious patterns of the mind and return back to your spiritual home, consciousness. Oh, that was pretty good. I like the two, my ego speaking right now. My ego's like, I like the first 2 egoic stages better, where I'm more able to be myself. Oh, that's funny. Tricky little ego, isn't he? Oh, it's fucking hilarious. My voice is getting a little bit raspy. What are you up to, Anthony?
Just listening to you, my friend. I tell you what, you're talking about consciousness and about energy. You know, it's really interesting you bring up that subject, because I think they're totally different.
What, consciousness and energy?
They're totally different, but you need both of them.
Yeah, I turned you up.
Yeah, so, you know, Yeah, look, you need both of them, and basically, if you observe something, you're actually focusing on, and you're sharing a relationship through energy. So, you know, it's just like if I observed growing a tomato plant. You know, if I don't look at it, I'm not observing it. You're not sharing any information, any energy with it. As soon as you turn around and observe it, you know, you pick a piece of fruit and you enjoy it. You know, there's a transition there, and depends. And now that you get into different states on how you appreciate that. Are you a person that is selfish, narcissistic? Are you someone that's you know that's mindful? You know, I reckon there's many levels to this, man.
Hearing you, there's a little bit of a background noise.
Okay, just hang on one sec.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but let's have a look. Is that better? No, not better.
Not really.
Just hang on a sec. I'm going to order my beer. I heard that. I'm going to order my beer right now, and then I'm going to go and sit down.
Okay. I like the Gurdjieff hat. Oh, sounds like Gurdjieff. I like the Gandalf hat. Yeah, my bad, dude. It's not a Gurdjieff hat. I like your wizard hat, Citizen Z says. Well, cool. Thanks, dude. Who's the faggot wizard? It's like, do you think that hurts my feelings? I laugh at that stuff. Yeah, exactly. I smoke 2 joints in the morning, and I smoke 2 joints at night. I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon, it makes me feel alright. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace, and 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. Let's see here. Bill Hicks Jr. wants to join. Brenda! You know what? Maybe I would like to talk to Brenda. Brenda, don't ban Brenda. Just put her in timeout. TAC Anthony's ordering a beer. I need a fucking beer. I need to go get a coffee or a beer. I think I'm gonna. Could Antonio? Do you want to join? Shit, I only have an hour left to go buy some books. Should I go back and like maybe they put out like?
Yeah, it's called the Hoppy Bitch. That's the beer. It's a home brew here, and this one's a Hoppy Bitch, and it's really tasty. Bitch? Yeah, it's really tasty, man. It's like a lot of grapefruit flavor. It's nice. It's nice and hoppy.
Is it like super hoppy, or does it have a little bit of a citrusy flavor?
I'd say more of a citrusy flavor. Yeah, it's a real summer. It's a summer hit, mate. It's well made. Yeah, nice beer.
Nice.
I'll pay for that now.
Yeah. I'm just reading off some of these comments. They're pretty funny. Oh, Antonio says, I can't join. I'm uploading a new video. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, well. We'll join when the video finishes. All right, well, let me know if you... I got to see what Brenda said. Oh, come on. Well, that's what you get. You said, hi, morons, Brenda. Really? You're going to come into the fucking chat room and say, hi, morons? Like, at least say, hi, flat earthers. Come on. Like, the first thing you're going to say, Brenda, is morons. Antonio, he has every right to time you out there.
Invite it on.
What?
Invite Brenda on if she's got a problem. Is it a he or she? Is it a he or she?
I need a coffee before I invite Brenda on.
You want to keep it open?
Oh, okay, yeah. For sure. I'll pay for it now. It's fine.
You hear that one, Brenda? Did you laugh at that one? I said I need a coffee before I speak to you.
Oh,
I think you should laugh at that.
Wow. Long conversation.
So let's see here. Ace is copying me, and he said hi, like usual. I'm just fucking with you, Ace. Bill Hicks Jr. I don't know who the fuck that is. Do you know who Bill Hicks Jr. is? Let's see here. Ace McLeod says Dan's got the Mad Hatter game. Dan's got that Mad Hatter game. Oh, that's funny. Let's see here. What did this guy do? Faggot hat. I'm just reading the deleted comments. Who deleted that one? I don't know. Let's see here. Horse wearing people costume. You were timed out. You deserve it. You dumb. But no matter what, you still got a nice hat. Someone says. Flat Earth Witch Bella. Well, thank you, Flat Earth Witch Bella. I'm sure you have nice hats too, Witch. I am. Antonio got Antonio. Nice hat. Are you in the band Fleetwood Mac? Michael Connor says. That hat is badass, man. Carl Steinbeck says. Thanks, dude. Who's the faggot wizard? Donald Cunt says. And I'm going to put you in timeout. So let's see here. I don't even have a hat that nice. I don't like when Ace McLeod says, I don't like when people have better hats than I. Isn't that weird how you guys think some of you people think I have a cool hat? Actually, majority of you people think I have a cool hat. And then the other couple of people say, you know, it's a faggot hat. Wouldn't you know it? They're globe heads. What a coincidence. The sun is 1984 miles above us. That would be so cool, Flat Earth Tom. The sun looks more like 33 miles up. Ace McLeod could be right about that, honestly. I mean, let's see here. So I'm only 33 to 2,000 miles, so I only have like a 2,000 mile discrepancy. Not a 93 million. Sorry, 92 million. Actually, yeah, 93 million mile discrepancy difference. I have a 2,000 mile difference. Your difference is 93 million miles. Mine's 2,000 or 3 max. For fuck's sake, take the shit out of your brain. Talking to you, Globe Masters. Space agencies want to drain the dome, Citizen Z says. They are mad scientists. You could be right, man. I don't fucking know. Flapping in the Oregon accumulator. That's pretty badass, Michael Connor. Ian Tinsley says, your vibe attracts your tribe. That's for damn true. Bob Hill is laughing. Does the wizard hat give you special powers, Bob Hill says. Indeed it does. I don't know its abilities yet. I have to tap into that. To do that, hold on, I have to, no, I'm not going to go put on my special enchanted cape. Now, if I were to put on my special enchanted cape, that would be a different story that I bought from a Chinaman who enchanted it, a monk. A monk, let's just say a monk. A monk that was living in the Tibetan monasteries. And he gave me his enchanted cape that is rainproof and windproof. And while I was wearing it on the Esalen grounds, walking around with my enchanted cape, and I sat down to eat. Just imagine me walking around with an enchanted cape at Esalen by myself. People would probably thought I was insane. But anyway, I sat down at the table to eat in the morning for breakfast, and there was a group of elderly people. You know, you can tell that they were seasoned veterans of Echelon, because they were wearing some pretty fucking cool shit too. They had cooler fucking looking stuff than I. It's like it's all about combining the, like Osho combined the East and the West. Like if you look at Osho, he wore fancy glasses and fucking Rolexes and drove Rolls Royces, and he loved luxury. He hated poverty. He had no respect for poverty. But anyway, I got off point a little bit. Yeah, while I was at Echelon with wearing my enchanted wizard cape or monk cape from the Taoist cape, sorry. The people in the table next over me, I was like tripping out too. I was in a weird state of mind at Echelon. I was having mystical experiences, outer body experiences, near death experiences, fucking like daily and hourly, and it was pretty wild. And I'll get into those stories eventually, soon. And
was that DMT? Was that what was that?
No, I was actually. It was a result of stopping all drugs cold turkey.
Wow,
so
that's
like
cool.
I was smoking cigarettes for a year. I was drinking nonstop. I did LSD for the first time in my life beforehand. DMT a bunch of times the Terrence McKenna way. Well, a bunch of times beforehand, before Echelon. So like I had all these accumulation, and I've been studying research in conspiracies and consciousness for so long that it all accumulated into me going to Echelon itself and to figure out what all this, the history was all about. And so back on point, while I was there, they just complimented me. They're like, that's a very impressive cape. They're like, that's a very, very amazing energy that's coming out of that. And I was like, I'm like, really? I'm like, you can sense the energy coming out of it? I'm like, this is an enchanted cape. I bought it from a monk. He enchanted it, and I was all happy, you know, like a little 28-year-old. That was 4 years ago, for fuck's, or yeah, well, almost about 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Years ago. Yeah, wow, that's fucking wild. And I still can't get it out of my head, Anthony. It's like it's nonstop. It's like I'm like stuck in a 23 movie now.
Go back there, check it out.
I'm definitely gonna go back there. I was thinking about going back there in a couple of weeks. What's her name? Byron Katie is going to visit there. I wanted to talk to her. Do you ever see? You ever see her?
Haven't.
Or hear her?
No, I haven't. No, so man, say that. Her name again?
Byron Katie.
Oh, Byron Katie. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
She's a spiritualist. I think she's well beyond a new ager now at this point. But yeah. Maybe I'd say she's well beyond. Like you've heard of Muji, right?
Sort of. I don't know too much.
Muji is just like Caribbean, like Jamaican kind of looking dude, kind of like fat Buddha dude with dreads.
Yeah.
He's a spiritual,
yes.
Like Eckhart Tolle type dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seer. Yeah.
And Byron Katie is one of those. She's been around since like Krishnamurti. You know, like the J.D. Krishnamurti. Remember him?
Yes, I absolutely do. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So she was.
I came to America because of, so, we all find movements to get into, but you know what, mate? It's, I think it's simpler than that. I really do, because I've been involved in just, your spiritual movement from Australia to coming to America. Man, you know what it is? Nature. I mean, there's some, it's like a, how can you put it? It's like it's got a lot of, actually, I don't know what it is. I'll just leave it at that. It's just when you're out there long enough, it's just, you can actually sort out a lot of shit, man. I mean, new inventions and get some ideas. And I understand when you hear Tesla and other great poets writing poetry, where they write this poetry? They might have had and experience in nature. So I think there's more to it than we think, mate. I think that's why the powers to be are trying to denature us. They're trying to remove us and put us in these fucking cubicle buildings, man.
Yep.
Soulless buildings. Soulless.
Actually, they might be like soul energy tunnels that funnel out energy to them, and they absorb it.
Oh man, that's wild. It's just freaky, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what they do. That's what.
Well, look at the Matrix. Look at the Matrix, brother. You remember that big vein on the last Matrix where, you know, you could see the tunnel, the big wattage being carried by those three big conductors, and it was all being fed from the human body. I mean, it's all bullshit. You know, it's
when they're all in the pods and the machines are all sucking the battery life out of them and converting them into energy.
Yep.
Yep. Don Juan, have you heard of Don Juan from the Carlos Castaneda mythologies and books?
Yes.
So that started, like, that really started my journey. I read my first Carlos Castaneda book in like 2007, I think, and or maybe 2006, but yeah, that was a spiritual injection of steroids to me, and
there's some great books. There's some great books, man. I mean, there's some great writers, man. I'm telling you, I like the old books, like you were saying about some of the old books. I like the way they're written because they're not full of fluff. You know, I've got no time for bullshit, and some of the new age books, you know, I'm not picking on anybody, but some of them are a little fluffy. You know, I just want you to get to the fucking, you know, get to the meat potatoes.
Exactly.
You know?
So you're comfortable where you're at the pub? Are you going to be there for another, 20 minutes?
No. Yep. I'm enjoying a good ale. See, it's very rare that I get.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a game changer. I'm gonna go pour myself. I'm gonna go. Honestly, could you do me a favor, and could you just speak to your heart's content and just do what you do, say what you say, and rant away, or speak in soliloquies or paradoxes or parables or whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get a coffee real quick, if you don't mind.
You go for it, mate. Go for it. Absolutely, okay. Go for it.
All right. Well, thank you, because I'm having a good conversation with you. I don't want to shut it down, so I'm just gonna mute myself and I'm gonna go get a coffee. Okay.
Yep,
I'll be back in less than 5 minutes.
Yep. No problem. No problem.
All right. Thank you. I'll be back.
I'll just let him know what I've been doing for the last week, because there's some really interesting shit happening in the cannabis.
Okay. Awesome.
Anyway.
Awesome.
Yep. Cool. Anyway, just the last week we had some time. The cannabis science event. Some of the things that are coming from this event is that the Nurses Federation of America are getting involved with taking over how medication is actually presented to their patients, or what would you say, the people that they're trying to after. So they're getting rid of the opioids. So just letting everybody know that cannabis is going to have a big impact in the next few years. So everybody that's hearing this, if you've got a state that's not legalized, just write to your congressman and get this ball happening, because the VAs, they're the ones that are going to benefit from this, because they stopped taking all those pharmaceutical drugs, which are just killing our fucking soldiers. It's ridiculous. Well, not only that, just our people in general. But anyway, so some of the records came out. They gave some figures on the opioids, how they decrease when cannabis actually becomes available to that state. And they're saying up to 38% of opioid users cease using them when cannabis is available. they calculated that to every state, that's $180 million a year. Pharmaceutical companies are losing. So, you know, there's going to be a battle coming on. What else? But anyway, and we save a lot of lives, you know. And that was one of the big things that they were talking about at the cannabis science event in Portland. Opioid usage is just out of control, and that's in my country, Australia. I definitely know it's in Australia. It's epidemic in Australia, and I can see what's happening in the States too. They're just making so much money from frigging misery. Anyway, so there's another company out there that's doing some research into cannabis, and the genotype of cannabis or hemp plant to, how can I put this, to a lot of diseases, just like MS, certain lymph node cancer, liver cancer, seizures, and they've actually worked out that certain strains has a precursor in it where everything's predictable, what it does to the body. So that's really interesting news. I'm going to be going to Israel for that. I spoke to the head researcher, and it's phenomenal research. So I'm taking over some CBD oil that we're using in the States, and I'm going to go and get it analyzed. And they're going to come back with a full report about what this style of plant's going to be able to, let's say, heal. So it's no assumption. You'll actually understand it. Some of the tests take up to 6 months because they've got to grow the rat or the mice, and especially if it's a brain disease or seizures, they've got to actually grow the mice with those attributes, and they've got to see what happens through the stage of life when you're administering cannabis to see what happens to the brain. So it's all exciting. So hopefully that happens in the next couple of months. And then we actually are not shooting in the dark. We actually know what we're actually healing. This is where it needs to go. Because if we don't fix it now, pharmaceutical, big GW, will come in and take all of our good work. Anyway, and for anyone that's listening to this, it's an American voter, you got to get this arsehole out, Jeff Sessions. It's just ridiculous. This guy's a thug. Oh yeah, another thing too, I just came back from a place that's growing a lot of cannabis. So there's a video I just took out, I think yesterday. I came back from there yesterday. So there's a little video up there for a couple of minutes. So if you want to check out some really well-grown medical plants, check it out. It goes for 2.5 minutes or so. Check it out. It's on the YouTube account. Actually, I should post a link during this stand. Yeah, it'd be good if you could do that. Anyway, it's great to see the farmer actually growing organic. This gentleman that was that I've known for 12 months or so, I've kept my eye on for 12 months, and he is what he definitely says he is. He grows totally organic using teas, no synthetics whatsoever. He as he goes film, you know, that 2-minute video, you'll see the quality of his plants is amazing. He had about 20,000 square feet, just of about 15 different species. Really nice job. And that he does it too for the state of Washington. You know, a good crop, 1,500 pounds to a couple of thousand pounds of flour. And then you have to tag everything. That's part of the Washington state rules. Too. If anyone's coming to Washington, if you come to Seattle or if you come to Portland, both states are recreational. Portland's more orientated to medical, so if you're ever coming for medical purposes, Portland, Oregon is definitely the place to come. Definitely a good selection. And the prices are, as you know, that Washington State charges around about 40+% in taxes, so it's heavily taxed, like alcohol. And Portland is a little less on taxes. So for medical reasons, Portland's a better deal. But for quality of weed, I would say Washington has some damn good growers. So you just got to try and work that out. I'm going to get something to eat. Just hang on a sec. I'm going to put in an order. Dan, if you're there, mate, I'm just pissing off with you.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm just going to ask the lady if I can get something to eat.
Okay.
You know, I don't feel like bloody cooking. I don't feel like cooking, mate, you know. But anyway, what I was saying, mate, just giving a little bit of stuff that I've been doing with the cannabis. Cannabis is just really taking off, man. So, you know, just don't. If anybody is anybody that's unwell that you ever know, Dan, please send them on to using either a CBD or a THC product, because, serious, man, I sat with some very smart people. Incredible information out there that cannabis is being hidden from us definitely on purpose. It's because it really does. You know what, mate? They're even finding out now that it's microdosing, mate. Microdosing meaning that you can take up to as little as 2.5 milligrams throughout the day, and it's good.
Yeah,
it's for your homeostasis. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Oh, I love it.
I mean, yeah,
that was one of the first like rabbit holes I went down. I'm like, the cannabis conspiracy? Are you kidding me? 1937 was it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's when he came in and brought all those laws in.
What's up, Ace?
Yeah.
What up, Adam Bomb?
But I'm telling you, mate. So anyway, so what I was saying to when you walked off, mate, get your coffee. I'm going to where they discovered THC and CBD in Israel. So anyway, I'm going there and I'm taking samples, and they're allowing me to have this stuff tested on a backplate of about known diseases. So, mate, I'm pretty fired up. Shit, people, I actually know what it does what the oil is capable of doing. So, you know, this is really good news, man.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, more governments need to do this.
Hey, Anthony, what was that
Yep.
compound you were telling me that makes you not hungry from weed?
It's Hegin cannabivarin. Yeah, tetrahedron cannabivarin.
Yeah, that
I know,
sounds like
I
it
know.
has some
Okay,
amazing money-making potential.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. For diabetes, you're most correct. I've told people you got to create a vape pen with a percentage of with the THCV, which is the verin, and yeah, it's an appetite suppressor. So it turns off you wanting to eat. So your fridge becomes fucking invisible. Just putting it simply. So yeah, it can be really good for fat people. Yeah, no, I want to do something like that because you know what, I see a lot of very, very large people in America, and I guarantee if you made a vape pen like that, you could really help out a lot of people, man, and they'd be happy.
And once they actually have real results, they tell their friends and shit, and it's an overnight sensation. Stuff that actually works.
Well, you wouldn't believe it that the strain I'm taking to that I'm going to be taking to Israel. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because it's got some of those those markers. So we'll see, mate. You know that out there in the world they tell you CBG is the precursor to all the cannabinoids of the cannabis plant. Couple of years going down that rabbit hole, and I found that to be a lie. It's an absolute lie.
I think there's different spots that make different cannabinoids. I don't think it's all in one plant.
Yeah. It just gets down to, I think GW, the pharmaceutical giants, they're just misleading everybody with their bogus information. Look, they know the truth about cannabis. You know, even James will tell you that. It's, GW, I think the information, so we don't really know what we're dealing with. This plant, and I'll tell you from what I've seen and what I heard just this week, is just to guarantee everything I know. We don't even know what disease it can't reverse. It's just finding the strain of the plant, man.
Isn't that amazing? We've only been actually researching cannabis for only a few years, kind of like flat Earth. It's like it's something that people should have known everything about it by now, but no, it's been withheld.
Yeah, they should have been teaching that in school, but that would make people drop out of school.
Yeah, look.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Where are you going, Ace? Where are you driving? So, yo, Ace.
Yo.
So you don't like Anthony Riley?
No, I like Anthony Riley. Why?
Oh, because I just noticed you deleted a shit ton of his comments.
Oh yeah, that wasn't the real Anthony Riley.
Oh, that was a fake one?
Yeah.
Oh,
right. Subtle trolling. But, yeah.
I'm reading the comments right now. Don't mind me. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I took a couple bites of the sandwich, and got a coffee, so I'm fucking feeling good. What up, Rob Dizzle?
Rob Deasy, Big Mo, THCZ.
So one of these days, Ace, you gotta join, and THC, you too. That'd be great to have you both on at the same time. And but I can't hear Ace right now. It's not gonna be wouldn't be a good time. Like I said, I said it before. We have to have a psychedelic talk, psychedelic flat Earth talks.
Down if you set something up, man.
Yeah, all right. All right, I'll figure that out. Flat Earth psychedelic talks. Dan, right when you said 33, I saw one. What did you see, Morgan? The power of Gray Skull compels you. Near-death experiences is so mainstream. It's all about the death experiences. Oh yeah, the flatliners. Did you see that? The flatliners. These people who kill themselves on purpose and they get superpowers from killing themselves for a couple minutes and come back to life.
Talking about the movie?
Yeah. Shit's fucking funny. Yo, what the fuck's... Yo, who the fuck is Bill Hicks Jr., Ace?
Just some guy that gets timed out on every chat I've ever seen, and he types... It's the weirdest shit, actually.
Morg? Oh, Morgan Ellis. Cigar Face TV. Who's that guy? Who's Cigar Face TV?
Cigar Face TV.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
You don't know who that is? All right.
I've never seen, I don't know who Bill Hicks is. I've never seen him type a coherent sentence. So, I mean, who knows? Yeah. So I'm going to pick up some Mario caps.
Damn.
That should be fun. Yeah.
So, like Mario caps, you mean like Amanita muscaria?
Yeah. The ones that make you sick. Right? I've read nothing but bad things about them, except one or two people.
You know how to do it though, right?
What, drink it urine therapy way or the other way? No, tell me. Fill me in.
You gotta find a reindeer.
Okay.
And you gotta let the reindeer eat it.
Yeah.
And then you drink the reindeer urine and you'll trip balls.
Right. Yeah, so I guess there's a bunch of stuff in there that kind of makes...
Well, yeah. It's tough.
You can just eat a couple caps and have a good time, but if you're really trying to see God, the amount you have to eat will make you...
That's called the LD.
It takes
LD5?
out... Yeah, it takes out the bad stuff. And so what they would do is actually feed them to virgins and drink their piss. But yeah, man, I was looking into this. I'm like, man, everyone's all cool for urine therapy when it comes to getting high, but not health reasons, you know. But but yeah, these people on Earwig, they're like, yeah, man, I ate these and I drank my piss like 7 different times, and each time I kept tripping harder and harder. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do all that.
That's a genius idea. That's a genius idea.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever gone through the piss drinking phase yet?
No, I know of it. No, I'm not going to knock it in any way. I think it's probably good for you. But I just haven't had a need.
Like, these flat earth, it's funny because, like, I went through my piss drinking phase for like 2 weeks. And I seriously, like, I changed, I drank, that's when I started drinking water nonstop, and I was drinking distilled water. Like, I think I drank distilled water fucking for a whole year. I drank nothing but distilled water for a whole year, and I was drinking my piss for a fucking month. And but like, it's not like just drinking my piss. Like, it's, you do it, you get it right in the middle. You know, the golden stuff, the good stuff. It's not when it comes out.
Probation officer.
Not when it comes out in the beginning, and not at
So
the end. You gotta get the stream in the middle. It's nice and so I found that hilarious that when I came into the flat Earth officially about 3.5 years ago, that there was like people making fun of flat earthers because they're piss drinkers. And I was like, wow, that's pretty wild. I'm like, there's already a piss drinking flat Earth section. I thought that was quite interesting. There's a reason I'm 32 years old and I look good because I drank my piss for 2 weeks. That's why I look so young and so good, because I drank piss for 2 weeks.
Man,
Look,
everybody wants
you know
to.
what? You know what? It's like your body will tell you what you need, mate.
That's right.
Your body will tell you what you need. You know, you don't need 8 ounces of water, because you could be a fat fuck not moving, sitting in that seat. You haven't moved for 24 hours. You don't need 8 ounces of water, you fat fuck. You've done nothing. So you know, it's really what they're telling us, that you have to eat what you drink. Don't listen to the crap. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you. It's common sense, mate. You know, so if you wake up needing to drink your piss, if you got that urge, I'm not saying do it, but if you want to do it, do it.
I know. Let's see here. I know Flat Earth vegan Timothy Schiff, his name is. He does that from now and again. Dave Moore, allegedly Dave, obviously. Owen Fox does that, and these are all extremely healthy people. Like Dave is like freaking 55 years old. He looks like he's freaking 35. What's his face? Timothy. Yeah, that dude's a fucking monster. He's a there's a bad wind or something. There's and Owen Fox is in phenomenal shape, and these are all vegans. You know, they're all vegans and they're all pee drinkers, and it's like, dude, I laugh at the. I don't give a fuck if you want to be a vegan, if you want to eat only meat, if you want to drink your fucking piss, if you like, I don't care. Just don't be a fucking cunt. Don't be a lying cunt. I don't care what you do. Okay? Like, I don't be whatever fucking religion you want, but there's certain lines. As soon as you cross that line, I'm gonna go, yo, what? What are you talking about? And if you don't like when I say what are you talking about? And you can't like formulate another sentence without getting upset because I said, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? When someone goes, what are you talking about? And you have to go, oh, he doesn't really get what so I have to like say it in a smarter, more compact way. So like I do that all the time, and I do it on purpose. Like when there's a flat earther who talks about the Earth being flat all the time, but he says that he's not a flat earther. I'm not even a flat earther. You know, okay? I'm not even a flat earther, but it's obviously flat, and you can't prove it to be a ball. And I'm not even a flat earther, okay? Okay? So they try to use that as some sort of superiority title thing. And so what I say to this fella who says, hey, you're not even a flat earther, I go, well, if you're not a flat earther, then what are you? And he goes, do you want me to label? Are you asking me to label myself? And I said, would you rather me label you? And so I mean, I asked you, what would you, if you're not a flat earther, what would you call yourself? I'm asking you a sincere question instead of being an asshole piece of shit with no fucking manners. I asked you a fucking question. I asked you, what would you consider yourself if you're not a flat earther? And you go, and you just beat around the bush. So what do you mean? You get all defensive and, well, wait, what? You can't even, would you rather me, are you asking me to label yourself? No, I'm asking, well, sure. Would you rather me fucking do it for you? You pussy, you can't even give yourself a couple of titles? Are you that, like, transcendent? You fake piece of shit? But let's see here. Let's go even further into this. So then, when you delete me, no, did he delete? Oh yeah. So then you deleted me, and then I go to your wall because you have a post about the ISS, the International Space Station, and you're like, I'm gonna leave this one up for flat earthers before I go to bed. Let the flat earthers play with this one. And so I simply said to him, another straightforward prodding question. I said to him, so you believe that the ISS is up there in the thermosphere? That's all I said to him. A nice honest question again. Just like before, I asked him, if you're not a flat earther, what would you label yourself? And he gets defensive. You see how I can sniff out an ego? I go, I just asked a very simple question. I asked, well, what would you label your if you're not a flat earther, then what are you? Gets really defensive. Ego gets flamed out of control, inflamed. And then I go to his wall because he has a little post about try to make fun of flat earthers. Because remember, he's not a flat earther. And so I go on his ISS post. Nobody else posted on it. And I said, so you believe that the ISS is up there, floating up there in the thermosphere? And wouldn't you know it, he said, fuck off, cunt, and then deleted me.
You worked out who he was. No, you figured out his ass. Mate, you dialed into his bullshit, mate.
Dude, that's what I do to everyone. I do that to everyone. I do that to you, and you don't have a single bullshit vein in your body, so I can't. There's nothing. There's nothing. I have no reason to confront you because you don't.
But you know what? You need to address. Everyone needs to be addressed and undressed. Basically, you're gonna show your fucking panties, man. I'm a simple person, mate. I don't give a fuck. Look, if you're an asshole, you got to show your fucking true colors. That's it. End of story.
And speaking of pantyhose, if you put pantyhose on a cock, it's still a fucking cock too.
It's a well-used one.
Did you know that one, trannies? If you put pantyhose on your cock, it's still a cock, you fucking weirdo. But anyway,
yeah, weirdo.
I don't want to trigger too many psychopathic social justice warriors out there.
If you type it.
Oh yeah, look, you gotta watch that. Yeah, sniffing panties.
Got a bulge in the front or the back. You never know if it's been kind of bit hidden back there.
Yo, Ace, I can barely hear you, bro.
Yeah. Oh, how's that?
A little bit better, thanks. Chess says pee drinking is the gateway to eating poop.
You suck.
See, that's where you're wrong because the poop is the excrement, the waste, and the pee is the medicine. So you just gotta do a little research into it. I know. If somebody stumbled in on you doing urine therapy research, I know you'd feel a little bit embarrassed. I know, especially if you admitted to drinking pee for a month of your life. I know that'd be so embarrassing for your ego to handle. Man, isn't it crazy? Putting yourself out there and your ego out there and your story. Wow, like giving globalist ammunition to make fun of you, and still I just don't give a fuck. Because you're peons. And I don't care what you think.
Get it? Urine therapy. Hashtag.
Oh, that's just delicious. Delicious coffee. Love caffeine. Just delicious. Why did I drink pee? Because I looked into the urine therapy, and I had to drink distilled water, and I had to drink lots of waters because I was literally pissing water. Like my piss was clear for a year straight. I still drink shit tons of water.
Me all the time.
But like my piss when I was doing that shit, it was as clear as a water fountain. I also did
Have you heard of
fasting.
L-theanine?
Have you ever not eaten
It's an
food?
amino acid.
What's that, Ace? What was that, Ace? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, never mind. I also have fasted for a week. I've only ate. I was doing comedy back then. I was doing comedy in Buffalo actually, and I was doing this bit. See, I like do these things like where I'll Ace. You can appreciate this. I'll like take mushrooms or DMT the night before I go on stage, and then I'll just go on stage without anything prepared, and I'll just talk about what happened to me the night before, and that went really well. Like the crowds really enjoyed that, I noticed, and I didn't have to prepare anything, so that was really helpful on my part. And but I also did like experimental bits where I would you know the saying an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I ate an apple a day for a week straight, and that's the only thing I ate. And I just drank water and ate an apple a day for a week.
Were
And
you just
people,
not hungry?
no, I did it on purpose.
Okay.
I did it for a joke, and I did it to fast for a week. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to be eating one apple a day, and I'm going to do this for a week. Not only for comedic purposes, but first I want to see if I could do it and test my willpower. And dude, Ace, I smoked so much fucking cannabis that week. I literally thought cannabis was a fruit. Oh yeah, and I was sun gazing. So I was fasting, eating an apple a day.
Why'd you stop?
Smoking cannabis nonstop and sun gazing every day for a week. And honestly, at the end of by the fifth and sixth day, I was starting to like hallucinate. Like even when I wasn't smoking weed, I was like, I was so. And then at the seventh day, when I wanted to start to eat food again, my digestive system was so fucked up that I couldn't even eat a meal. Like I tried to eat a meal and I couldn't. Like I was sick. And
hey, I'm
like,
gonna restart my phone, man. I've been having connection problems this whole time. So
all right, dude. All right, later, bro. Anthony's listening, and so the other people, and yeah, dude. Honestly, it took me like a day and a half till I can eat a full meal. That shit was crazy. But that was worth it because I learned a lot about my willpower. Oh shit. I learned a lot about my willpower, my digestive system, myself, and other people thought it was. Oh, and when I went on stage, it was hilarious. They're like, I was like totally exhausted, and I looked like depraved, like I haven't eaten in 5 days because I didn't. And I'm like, you ever hear the saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away"?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, yeah, I've been testing that out for a week, and oh boy, dude, it was a weird experience, but it was you just I bombed a few times, but that was one of the times. I was a little hungry. I didn't have the energy to be too fun.
You know what? And you brought up a great subject, man. Do you know you should fast at least once a week? And they say, I'm not a preacher of fucking any of this shit, but man, do you know what? I make sure every day that you give your liver a rest for 12 hours. So if your last meal is at 8 o'clock, your first meal's 8 o'clock in the morning. Give your liver a break for 12-hour cycle. And yeah, because we're dealing with a lot of liver patients, and just showing them just doing this alone is helping them out incredibly, even without the cannabis. So what I'm saying to everyone, if it's doing people that already have a bad liver, it just common sense tells me that we should be fucking doing it. We shouldn't fucking eat all day. Yeah, fat fucks. I'm serious. I got no time for it. You've been brainwashed to just fucking be a machine to eat. and then it consumes you, become narcissistic, you fuckers.
Here, listen to this one. I'm sure you've heard this one before, THC. They go, the globalists, they'll go, because when we say that the Earth is flat and stationary, it's motionless. They'll say, what about earthquakes, right? Have you ever heard that one before?
Yeah, I have. Yes.
Okay, so here's the difference between well, I'll just read what I said. Earthquakes can be measured. You know this thing called seismographs, and the Earth's movement can't be measured. You see the difference? So an earthquake is proof that the Earth's movement can be measured with a seismograph because the Earth is moving for that little instance. That's why it's called an earthquake. But then the Earth stops quaking and it goes back to its immovable, stationary, infinite plane of inertia that it is. And yeah, so I'm sorry, but you failed there. You failed.
Oh, they absolutely failed. It's just another script. It's another script. It's just a game, mate. This is all a game. It's a game. It's a game. Yep. How much can I fool the other? It's all about fooling. How much can I pull the wool over your eyes?
Yep, you're 100% right on that. 100% right.
It's a game, mate.
What the hell?
My children won't. My children, just imagine, seeing you, Dan, and then just seeing the children growing up in this. You know what? They think a little different. You watch them around other kids, mate. They just have a different approach on how they deal with people. They don't see a problem. They're just looking for a solution.
Yeah.
That's what my kids do naturally. It's not that big of a deal, but it's a natural state if you don't pollute that. If you don't try and feed your Common Core education.
All the globalists think the whole world's a fucking. It's just all terrible and horribly evil, and it's World War III, and there's nothing we can do to change it, and it's all going to hell.
World War III, there's no atom bombs, there's no plutonium, there's no uranium. You need more than 5% to get a reaction, mate. It's just all a lie. It's just a bigger firecracker. 5 pounds. Okay, 5 pounds will turn into 20. That's a difference. To carry around a football and it's equal to 20,000 pounds of TNT. Well, that's a big firecracker. That's all plutonium is. Just a well efficient big bang boom boom. That's all it is.
Yeah, all those numbers. I mean, I figured out all those numbers were fake when I was a fucking teenager. What I mean by numbers is the gas prices, the grocery store prices, and the cigarette prices. All prices, gas prices, grocery stores, everything, anything with numbers. It's like, are you that fucking brainwashed and that fucking clueless that you don't think that they can take the numbers of gas and make it 75 cents per gallon? You don't think that they can make cigarettes $1 a pack, or everything in the grocery be literally a dollar store, like a dollar store is supposed to be? So like everything.
Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me?
I can kind of hear you, Ace. I'm in the middle of a good point here.
I just wanted to say about CEPA than weed, when tobacco takes years to cure and costs way more to grow and make a cigarette than weed.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. So all of these numbers are completely manufactured and what's it called? What's that word? It's like fucking synthetic. Yeah, synthetic. These numbers are an illusion. They're actually they're spells. They're literal ritual spells. And all of you brainwashed idiots, I haven't paid for gas in I don't know how long. You want to know why I traveled all over the United States? It's because I don't have a car. You have a car. Do you travel all over the United States? No, you don't. I don't have a car, and I travel all over the United States, you stupid brainwashed zombie. Doesn't that make you feel stupid? Don't you get mad that I don't have a fucking traditional job or a car, and yet I get to live in amazing cities, and I work for myself, and I do things myself, and I smoke whatever the fuck I want and do whatever the fuck I want? And you go, hey, why don't you get a job, you hippie? Hey, why don't you suck my balls, faggot?
They see, just like that episode, you know, I hate referring back to the Matrix, but if you go back to the Matrix where Smith sits him down at the seat and he says, you're a virus.
Oh, yeah,
You've got to understand, Dan. People see you as
you're breaking up. You're breaking up, TXT. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
When you know that.
Yeah, you're breaking up though. I can barely. Nobody can. You sound like a robot. But is that when Mr. Smith is like he's got Morpheus trapped?
Mr. Smith is sitting down the seat and he says,
"Oh yeah,
you are a virus."
He's like, I can
you're a virus.
smell about
I can.
You're breaking up, THC.
You just need to know that.
Yeah, can you just reconnect, Anthony?
Fuck.
This whole stream's been breaking up for me, though. I think it's just on my end.
Well, it's fine for me. He'll be back in a second. You guys are... He's at a fucking restaurant. You're in your fucking car. Yeah, that guy shut up really quickly. Hey, Bill Hicks Jr., you still thinking about that one yet? You realize that the Earth, it moves for a little bit. That's why it's called an earthquake. And there's instruments that can measure that called seismographs. But there's not an instrument that can measure the Earth's movement. Don't you think that's a bit strange? You might want to do some research into that, you brainwashed tool.
You know what's funny? Any self-respecting glober, if they knew what the fuck they're talking about, would never get into a debate about shit like that if the Earth's moving or whatever, because relativity, right? You know, you can't say one way or another if the sun's moving or if we're moving.
It's insane.
So, globers just need to be out of the debate altogether, I think.
Honestly, fuck, man. I think transgender are the evolved version of the globalists. It's like Pokemon. The globalists have transformed into transgender, and they have all the laws on their side now. It's quite incredible. Like Ben Shapiro, for example, he was threatened on live TV by a transgender man because he was sitting next to the man, and Shapiro wouldn't call him a woman, a she, because it's a man, and so they were talking about chromosomes and genealogy, and so the transgender man, he put his arm on Ben Shapiro's shoulder and said, it's like, see, you're just a little man and you don't know anything about genealogy and biology. And Ben Shapiro's like, would you like to debate your genealogy? He said. Then Ben Shapiro said, "What's your what are your chromosomes, sir?" What are your chromosomes, sir? And then the transgender man on live television grabbed Ben Shapiro by the back of the neck and said, "You keep that up, an ambulance is gonna send you home." And I thought that was a bit strange because ambulances don't send people home, first off. And he's also on live television, and that's also very unladylike of that man. Even though he pretends he's wearing a wig and has a dress on live TV, it's quite incredible. And Yeah, Ben Shapiro put out a. I'm making my point here because I was just bashing transgenders. I said that globalist final form of Pokemon, they evolve into transgender and they get the law on their side. And take this. Now I have this example that I just set up, so now you have the context. And so Ben Shapiro tried to file a lawsuit against the man who threatened him on live television and put his hands on him. And actually, not only that, he said, "I'll meet you in the parking lot." And he actually had to have security guard take Ben Shapiro away. But anyway, so Ben Shapiro put out a lawsuit against the man. And guess what? The cops said that, well, there was not enough evidence, but then the cops, Ben Shapiro said, it's on live television. You can see it. What do you mean there's not evidence? You can see what he did and what he said. And everyone, and then Ben Shapiro took it one step further, but then he realized that they wouldn't allow him to win because that man he identifies as a transgender. So since that man identifies as a transgender, he has a right to put his hand on Ben Shapiro and threaten him on live television. You see how the law works? And it protects the transgender man. It doesn't protect the straight man who didn't mutilate his body parts and is not mentally diseased. Isn't that quite interesting how the law protects the mentally diseased mutants?
If you're a diseased fucker and you're trying to go into a toilet that my daughter's in, I'll punch the fuck out of you.
Wait,
that's it.
Wait, what was that?
No, I said that if I have some queer that wanting to get into the same bathroom as my daughter, I'll punch the fuck out of you. Your lights will go out. That's it. You may wake up the next day in your little fucking skirt. I've got no time for this shit, mate. No, I really haven't. Look, you know what? You want to be a little girl in a dress and you're a bloke? I'll treat you like one. I'll punch the shit out of you. No, just call it what it is, mate. This is just ridiculous. How are we letting this exist? I mean.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's allowing a whole bunch of collective delusional people to exist. We have to be tolerant, right? That's the word. We have to be tolerant of their delusional fantasies, and we should be tolerant and we should pretend along with them. We have to play pretend now. We have to play pretend that they're really a female. So I'm not gonna see. Here's the thing: you might be able to trick your friends and your family and the whole rest of society, and you may be able to get them to call you a she or a he. But when you're in front of me, you're going to feel dumb. You're going to feel exactly like you are. A man or a woman who mutilated their body parts. Your consciousness is shining when you're around me. You become your true self when you're around me. That's my gift. People just come around me, and I don't even have to speak. I'll just sit down and look in the opposite direction away from you. And you'll suddenly, if you tune into it, you will become enlightened. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you know what? Have you read much into transhumanism about people placing their body parts with machine parts? You know what? You know all this bullshit that I'm telling you. Look, I don't want to sound like a blockhead here, but you know what? I don't watch any of the. I mean, I've been so unplugged. I don't know what plugged means anymore, but. I swear to God, I feel like they're just because you hear people watching films and shit. It sounds like they're trying to want people to wear body parts. They're trying to remove humanity from how we are as a species of body. Fuck, mate, I don't know what the fuck's going on. All these films coming out is about you replacing your body parts with something that's artificial.
Plastic, yeah. Well, that's what they're obsessed with. I mean, they're obsessed with transforming and somehow transmitting our consciousness into.
Dude, they got transvestites putting fucking plastic shit in their arms.
Oh, let's move on.
In their cars. I know. But I'm just telling you the truth.
Let's move on from that. Let's move on from that.
No, but their cheek butts, not in their ass, in their cheek butts, to make their cheek butts bigger. I'm not saying in their ass. You know, it's more Australian.
Let's move on from that. Let's move on from that. So so they're trying to create an artificial body and transmit their consciousness to those machines so they can live forever in those machine bodies. And then they can continue to evolve their machine bodies, you know, like cars, you know, get faster and stronger and better. And that's what they're all trying to do. And it's quite obvious. It's like the movie Blade Runners. What are they called? The replicants.
Replicants.
And actually, if you look, the new Blade Runner's coming out, and the first 5 minutes of Blade Runner just came out, and in the first 5 minutes, there's the firmament. You can see the firmament, and they're doing firmament symbolism in the new Blade Runner movie.
Oh wow!
And guess what? That's transhumanism, bitch. I just brought it all the way back to flat Earth. That's what I do.
Wow.
Coming full circle.
Fuck yeah, because we were talking about transhumanism, replicants, turning your body into artificial. That's what it's all about. The new movie's coming out, and it has flat Earth references in the first 5 minutes of the fucking movie. And as a matter of fact, I will link you to it right here.
They're getting people so big, so ill, so you can't leave your fucking bed. So you end up taking a body that's no longer yours. You're transporting your mind into something else. I mean, I don't know what's going on. They're wicked pricks. Wicked.
Flat Earth Witch Bella says, that is so dumb though. We are already immortal. That's a great point. Yeah, that's how fucked up human beings are. They're so confused.
So what do you think about this? The elites, like the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, those are just for show. They're like actors. But there's these real elites that may have been around for a long time. And maybe they live a lot longer than us. And that's why their schemes seem to take multiple generations. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I do have that one in the back of my mind. That one irritates me. That one gets me.
Come on, humans are smart enough to figure out what causes aging and all this other stuff, you know what I mean? In fact, they're probably the ones causing aging. It might not even be natural to become 80 and die, you know? That might be a condition of this world.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, I haven't thought about those ones in a couple of years, but yeah, those are all awesome theories, and probably true. And yeah, most likely true. I mean, have you ever heard of the diet of the gods? And like, we started to shrink when we started to eat meat. Like the gods back in the old days, or the humans back in the old days. Oh, the diet of Adam, I think it was called, the diet of Adam. And so like, that's why these things were like 10, 15, 30 feet tall human beings, and they lived to be like 1,000 years old. And then we started to eat meat, and we started to shrink. Literally, we shrunk physically, and our consciousness has shrunk apparently. But I don't know, it's quite interesting. And I think that's involved with the vegetable, the mushroom vegetable, and the drug, the power plants, ayahuasca and peyote, and all the different types of mushroom species and DMT, and the connection with nature, as Anthony was saying. I think that's combined in it. So not only has our diet been fucked up, actually, yeah. I mean, that's what those foods were in our diet. So I can combine those two, because those mushrooms and psychedelics, those power plants, were a part of the human diet back in the old days. There were no laws that prohibited us from altering our consciousness, and the tribes people, they all fucking, they all like talk to oracles and shamans and fucking, you know, like now we can't. Our diet is all fucked up because it's all poison and fake food, and not only that, but we're not allowed to tamper with our consciousness without being some sort of social misfit rebel, like.
Have you seen
apparently, and Anthony?
I'm sure you know about the little tribe that's isolated in Brazil that drinks ayahuasca every day. The whole
I do.
tribe.
I researched them. Yeah, I studied them for 12 months before I took ayahuasca.
Oh, so are those the ones that as soon as the baby is born, within 3 days they put ayahuasca on the woman's nipples and then they're already sucking on DMT with it, so they're already getting the DMT taste in the first day or 3. And
I don't know, but yeah, they do give it to babies and everything. Yeah, they all drink it in a ceremony.
But see, you don't understand. We do exactly the same.
DMT.
But
I want
we do the
titty,
same.
DMT. DMT. Sorry, Anthony.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. But we do the same with cannabis. Yeah, cannabis.
So what about this, Anthony? Was Jesus rubbing him? Was Jesus and his apostles? Was Jesus some sort of THC oil distributor and mushroom distributor? Like, did he was he rubbing oils on people and making them hallucinate and see things, and then they thought that Jesus was some sort of god? They're like, Jesus is a god. He's rubbing these oils on me. He's making me hallucinate, and so now I'm going to follow him.
He was a great
alchemist. These people are so unoriginal. They can't even think of any other stories besides the Bible stories. It's like
a great alchemist.
More sense, people. Maybe he had these apostles follow him because they're all fucking tripping, and he gave them drugs, and he kept. It's like, come on, people, use some originality.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm telling you. Glaucoma is like a blindness, and if I give you a cream of cannabis to rub on it, canna flower it was called back then.
Exactly.
You would see. So people would say that you're a miracle healer. So if you were back then with a little bit of lamb's fat and cannabis oil or olive oil, you'd be classed as a miracle healer. It's just natural.
Yep. Jesus was a mushroom, He was a fungus among us, born in a manger's crib or cupper, something like that. Yeah, Jesus was a mushroom apparently, huh? In certain parts of South America, there's a mushroom that's called like Jesus or something like that.
But what about Buddha? Do you know much about Buddha?
What about that? What?
He used to get a blue lotus, and he used to soak it in red wine.
Oh, those blue lotuses.
Yeah, and when you, and it's a ceremony when you do this, and if the ceremony does what, who cares? But when you take this stiff man, you're out of here, dude. How did they find out about this stuff?
It's because that's what children do. We put our we put everything in our mouths. We put everything in our mouths. We try everything.
But I know that 150,000 plant species that are in South America, and you find 2, and those 2 only combined together do something. Do you know the odds of that? Do you know the odds of that?
Well, that's the secrets of nature that humans are meant to unlock.
Yes. Absolutely.
And unfortunately, some humans try to take that away from other human beings. They're like, no, you can't take that plant and put them together, and don't do that. That's illegal and that's dangerous and scary, and we're gonna kill you now. And we're gonna make it illegal.
We're gonna kill you now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's what they do, dude. And we're gonna tear down your fucking forest so you can't do that anymore, you assholes. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, grow some McDonald's hamburgers in those boards. Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be doing this. We've been doing this for a while, but I'm having a good time. Let's see here. How long? Oh shit, over 3 hours. Damn. All right. Well, I guess I'll shut this off in 5 minutes. So let's wrap this up in 5 minutes here. Let's see here. Oh boy. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I gotta get. I'm gonna rest my voice, and I got a bunch of fucking things I gotta fucking catch up on. Too much stuff. You guys probably have the same. I got like 55 tabs up. I don't know how many you guys have, but that's too many.
Too many. No,
Man, I took care of a bunch of chores today and tended to my garden, which was pretty nice.
That's always good. That's always a good
Yeah,
thing.
same here, mate. I did mine this morning. But no, it's a pleasure, Dan. Hey, have a beautiful day. Ace, keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Dan, just keep telling us how it is. Fuck it. Who cares? I'm not in this to gain friends, mate. Fuck friends. I love my family. You know, fuck all you assholes. I don't give a fuck. I love my family. That's all I worry about. So you know what? I'm not into this for friends. Fuck all you assholes. It's just nice to speak with nice people. So
yeah, dude. Thanks, man. Likewise. Feel the same way about you. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for popping in, joining in. I'm gonna go back and after I turn this off, and I'm gonna check to see what you were talking about during those 5 minutes that I was gone. And Ace is here for another few minutes. Well, what are you up to for the rest of the day?
Well, I'm just going to get some mushrooms, and then I don't know. I don't think I'm going to eat them today, but yeah, I know, right? Fucking Jesus, what's wrong with me?
What's wrong? Here, hold on. Here, let me. I'm gonna put this in the chat room so only you can read it.
Shout out to Morgan Ellis.
Okay, can you read that in the chat, right?
I cannot.
Oh, you can't?
In the side chat?
Yeah.
Or the back chat?
No, the group chat, the private chat.
Ah, let's see. Oh no!
What?
Shit! I lost my fucking screen. I can't get back to fucking Hangouts. It's stuck.
Oh, okay.
Oh well.
Well, let's just say I have a bag of fun guys. A certain asshole gave me, and
an envious kind of fun.
Yeah, 5 G's worth of fun. And,
yeah, I'm gonna name a new mushroom strain. It's called Wrench Envy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You know, penis envy, of course.
How much longer till you gotta go to pick up the Super Mario mushroom?
Man, it's like a fucking 50-minute drive, bro. I mean, I'm more than halfway there now, but.
Well, I mean, that's what. See, this is the difference between modern days and ancient times. In ancient times, it would probably take more than 50 minutes to go find some animated mascara. And,
yeah, go up into the mountains and shit.
So you only have to drive 50 minutes and drive back and then think about what you're going to do. They probably, not only would they go get it, they might have a chance of dying on the way back of their trek. Honey, go get some basil and parsley and some goat, please. Okay, I'm just going to pack for 3 weeks. I'll see you in a fucking month or two, honey. Okay. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, right? That's how it was, huh?
That's insane.
So they tell us. I think we've had cars this whole time, and they're lying about all that shit.
Wait, what?
No, I always think back to, like, medieval times and shit. I'm like, man, I think they were actually driving around in cars back then. They're just trying to play with
Is that one of those pictures? Sometimes there's, like, cell phones. There's, like, people with cell phones and people driving.
You've seen that, yeah.
There's
some dude at a bus stop on a laptop in the 1800s and shit. It's like, what?
You see that there's always like there's time travelers in Charlie Chaplin movies. You see those ones?
Yeah, yeah, the time traveler guy is pretty amazing. There was one dude in the Gettysburg Address or some shit like that.
Oh,
You remember
yeah,
that guy
that one.
supposedly? Yeah. It's like the same exact dude from 1990 or some shit.
Shit's
Yeah,
wild.
trip.
I don't understand. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But
I think it's all, yeah.
What's up?
Nothing, I just think it's all just a sign from the universe to tell you that this reality is not as real as you think it might be. All of it. Mandela effect, the fact that everyone acts like a complete robot and weird all the time.
Yeah.
And just the shenanigans that are constantly going on. It's like,
I had an epiphany about the Mandela effect a couple days ago, because I saw a Bernstein Bears and a Bernstein Bears DVD and a book next to each other, and my mind was blown, and I had an epiphany. And it has nothing to do with parallel timelines or CERN merging dimensions or whatever the fuck you're thinking, or opening parallel dimensions or creating warpholes. Has nothing to do with that. This is simply, like it always is, about money and making people stupider than they already are. Those are the plans. Those are always the plans, and those will continue to be the plan. And you may be saying, Dan, what do you mean? I know that the Mandela effect is parallel. No, you don't. You're an idiot. It's spelled differently. I understand it, that these things are all spelled differently, but guess what? They make money off the new products. So they change the letters and the numbers, and wouldn't you know it? Not only have they made people stupider and conspiratarded over this whole thing, but they make money off of it. Everyone's like
conspiratarded,
rebuying it, going back and buying all this stuff. It's all about money and making people stupid.
Yeah. Except when it comes to false flags and shit like 9/11, I think all the things tying to money were red herrings. Like, oh, trillions of dollars, blah, blah, blah. I think all that shit was a red herring. You know what I mean? There was definitely other reasons behind that. But yeah, because once you get to a certain point, you know, money is just, it's almost like nothing. You know, the Al Greenspan just talks about, oh, we'll just print more.
Well, I guess when you get beyond money, you just become a pure hedonist, and you're like sniffing coke off of girls' assholes and fucking
is that still a thing?
Having giant orgies. And I mean, you might not think, hey, that's actually I won't. Well, but they're doing this shit like every fucking week, like having huge like orgies, like eating like unbelievable amounts of food and wasting most of it, having weird parties.
Yeah, I have
do you not think like blood is like, you've seen those blood parties?
Yeah,
these people have like.
Well, no, they're definitely doing shit with sex magic and all that. That shit's real, man. And in fact, porn and all these movies, I gotta get laid before prom and shit, all it's doing is making people jack off all the time. What's the longest anyone's gone without fucking blowing a load? Whether that's jacking off or fucking. Have you ever gone 3 months? No, nobody has. And it's, try it. Just let me tell you, man. That's a conspiracy in itself. This whole no fap thing, tantric. Because look, your energy is called Kundalini energy. It builds from your root chakra, which is your fucking sex organs and shit.
And that's connected to your urethra. Yep.
Yeah, horniness and all that is directly linked to your just energy in general.
The root chakra. Yep.
And everyone is energy before it ever builds up, and it's energy, it's your manifestation energy. Yeah, so I did a 3-month thing and manifested a bunch of just amazing shit I could have never dreamed of. It was the best thing that's ever happened.
Oh,
That
I
was
might have to do that.
about a year ago.
I might have to do that pretty soon. Yeah, because I'm like a year free from porn, and that definitely made a big difference.
Yeah, it's all there to keep you drained. You feel me? Like,
Oh yeah.
Obviously, no one in society is teaching to not, just go blowing your load everywhere. And there's a reason priests are take a vow of celibacy and shit. It might be twisted nowadays, but back in the day, they understood that energy was related to your consciousness, and you could let it build and do all this other shit. It's all one and the same. There's just energy in your body, and it, depending on your intentions, it does what it does. But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say. That's my public service announcement.
Hey, before I get out of here, thanks for popping on, Ace, and Crown of Sunshine. What's up out there? And Flat Earth Witch Bella. It was nice to meet you too. It was cool to talk with you for a little bit. Enjoy Authentic Intent and tell him I said what's up. And yeah, Bill Hicks Jr., seriously, dude, go look at yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes and just try not to cry or something. Let's see here. I stopped having sex over a year ago. That's good for you, which Bella. It was nice for you to pop on. Why does Morgan Ellis keep retracting his messages? That's weird.
I don't know. It's funny. Everyone's been doing that. I can't read shit.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed that everyone's retracting their messages. I'm wondering what the hell that's all about. It's a new thing right here. A new meme was created here tonight. We're just everyone's going to retract their messages.
We just got to get one more shot in before I go. Sucker.
See you later, Bill Hicks Jr. It's actually liberating. Yeah, it is. Flat Earth Witch Bella, if you're a woman, you give me hope for humanity. Flat Earth Bella, if you're you're Witch Bella, I would assume you're a woman. So if you have not had sex for a year, seriously, kudos to you. And you're a fucking great woman. You're one of the very few women in the world right now that hasn't had a penis inside them for a whole year. So congratulations, Witch Bella. And thanks, Morgan Ellis. Thank you, Ace, for popping on again.
Yeah, man.
And thanks for THC. Go subscribe to Ace. And
perfect timing. 4 minutes away. Awesome time.
And yeah, enjoy the fucking Super Mario mushrooms. See you later, Bill Hicks Jr. Oh, I've been married 26 years. Never mind. Can't keep me down, bro. Yo, how the hell did he come back so quickly? He's got multiple Bill Hicks Jr. Guess what? I'm gonna time you out now, bitch. But see you later. I just got him too. But see you later, everyone. I'm gonna turn this off. Peace out. Thanks for stopping in and subscribe to THC and Ace McLeod, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate your viewership and you listening and watching and coming on the panel. So go to my Facebook, Dan Falkenbach. Go to my Facebook group, the League of Extraordinary Flat Earthers. I have a Discord group under the same name. Message me on Facebook or on Skype. You can find me. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll talk to you guys another time. This has been a very sexual hangout. Not at all. I just wanted to say that because it's Hangout 69. So see you later. Show me where on this doll did the flat earth hurt you. Bye-bye.